What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the ASAP Afternoon Blitz, December 21st, 2022. Damn it, it's too close to Christmas already.
Man. What's up, guys? I miss those beautiful faces.
Ebony
and
Ivory
going
together in perfect
Doing my
harmony.
Jay Club. How's it going, Jay?
Woo! What are you talking about? How's it going? How's it going? You know how it's going. You got Ebony and Ivory, salt and pepper. Bring the heat today. What a time to be alive. Fucking Rob Scott.
That's how I feel, man. It's good to see y'all, man. How y'all feeling? How you living?
Hey, first of all, mad congrats to your wife. I know she just got her, correct me if I'm wrong, was it a master's or was it a master's, right?
No, it was her bachelor's. I'm proud of her.
Man, hey, she looked like she's going for her master. I thought we were talking magna cum laude in the master program. Either way, man, still.
She ain't done yet. She going back for a master's.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Well, again, man, tell her that the guys say, man, congratulations. I love anybody who gets that higher education. It's just phenomenal to see people get that. Because I got to be honest with you, Rob. Jay wasn't made for school. Jay was meant for the Army, the Navy, and anything else out that I could do with my hands. But yeah, I just wasn't in school. But I appreciate, like, my sister, all my cousins, and my wife. You know, they all got these. I just love seeing it. My children, or I should say, they are my children. My wife's children are, getting their education. My stepson graduates in May, and he gets his 4-year. So
congratulations to him.
Yeah, man. I
mean, she's a first generation graduate. So
yeah, and my sister was the first graduate in our family too. My dad, he would have graduated. I think he needed 9 more college semester hours, but unfortunately, Vietnam called and then by that time, mom had already gotten pregnant, and he came home and said, "Well, I'm gonna take my ass over to the oil field and get in that chemical refinery business in Houston." Of course, that's how.
Yeah, she kind of inspired me. I'm almost thinking about going back because I only got my associate. So
yeah, you should go back.
I hate school, bro. I'm like you. Me and school don't get along.
I tell you, man. Hey, we know in this world, in this day and age, man, a bachelor is like a high school diploma. A master's is like a 4-year, and a PhD is like a master's. It's almost where we are.
Unless you got experience.
True.
Experience and
but even some though, it seems like nowadays though, the more I look at the job descriptions, the prereq is, do you have this degree? Do you have this degree? Jay, and then experience obviously comes into play too, though.
And we still in the world. It's about who you know.
No, I'm gonna tell you the world we in. Hey, we're almost in the world where the cars will drive themselves, the robots will be the new waitresses. Hey, we're just gonna be like, I don't know what we're gonna be. We're gonna be weird, man. Hey, listen, it's coming. It's coming. I'm just saying, it's coming. I'm just waiting to see when Terminator gets out here and comes out from the cyborg life. That's all. Maybe, man, it would be Mike Hughes. Mike Hughes could very well be. Remember Terminator Part 2 where the dude was like liquid metal? That might be Mike Hughes. Mike Hughes might be liquid metal out there killing people, and we don't even know about it.
Fuck it.
Still in our hearts and shit.
My boy Gonzo. Gonzo, how you feeling, man?
Hey, good morning, Mike Hughes. You look so beautiful today, man. I don't know what it is. Did you shave better? You did something to alter your appearance. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because you have a Cubs hat on and you normally have a beanie. Maybe I just let you see me with the. Yeah, there you see. That's the Mike Hughes I remember. But okay, it's all good.
Oh no, I'm not doing too bad at all, Rob. How you doing?
Man, it's good. Man, it's good to see that face of yours, Gonzo.
Hey, you see that right there? Vintage 1972, baby. That's when Jay was born in the beautiful city of love. God, what a time it was to be alive.
Oh, we got to put pride in. I got to put pride in because he said he was going to jump on.
Don't put that motherfucker in here. If you put that motherfucker in here, Jay going to be gone.
Don't go nowhere.
No, because every time I enjoy a little bit of Jack Daniels, he comes in here and it just fucks up my butt.
That's a good argument,
I'm just saying, man. Come on. I spent my last $11 to get that little pint of Jim Beam. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah. What do you think about the Bulls reports about players not getting along with Zach LaVine?
Yeah.
Is it a big deal?
I thought about when I saw that, I thought about Mike and I thought about Rob, and I was like, I wonder what they think about that.
We know it already. It's like, first of all, if you guys haven't known, we got this wonderful show called Bull Seat. You can catch us. You can catch us on every week. I can't wait to get back on with my boy MH. So I got to give Mike Hughes a name, but Mike Hughes just rolls off the tongue. Hey, but honestly though, Zach LaVine, we talked about it on the show. We both think he was already overpaid, and now you're becoming a nuisance. It's one thing to not give production. It's another thing to become a nuisance. And we've known that he's had problems in the past, especially since DeMar has jumped on board.
Well, let me ask you that,
and everybody looked at DeMar as one name.
Same thing. I asked Mike about the same thing on a scripted. When I think when I talked about should we blow the Bulls up or not. And what do you? I mean, I know I got Mike's opinion on it. What do you think? And he said it maybe a partial blow up, not a full blow, but a partial. Do you feel the same way? Do you think the Bulls need a partial blow up? And if so, who would you get rid of and who would you try to bring in?
The unfortunate thing is we've talked about this as well. DeMar DeRozan with his contract is a little bit more of a catch than Zach LaVine. So if you're going to blow the Bulls up, if you're a smart organization, not thinking with your heart, but thinking with your pockets, you might go ahead and fish DeMar out there to see what you can get him, especially since he's a step slower than last year.
Yeah, that's a good point. But what if they move that 3-point line back, that other foot? Because they were talking about doing some rule changes in the in the NBA. And then the 2-pointer kind of comes back. That's kind of where DeRozan flourishes, is in that 2-point jump shot.
Yeah, I don't think them moving that back is not going to stop his game.
These motherfuckers shoot threes to save their life. So I done nothing with the 3-point ball matters whatsoever. Like they're awful. They're just historically.
But you guys think that if they move the 3-point line back 1 foot, 2 foot, do you think that alters now the game? You don't think that alters the game from? In other words, we all know they live and die by the 3 or the bucket. Does the 3 become less important if they move it back a little bit?
They probably just trying to level the playing field with guys like Steph, with guys like Dame. Guys that can go back there.
So you don't think that we'll see history repeat itself, where maybe we go back to the low post and not incorporate the 3 as much?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was just curious.
Let me tell you, Jay, as a guy that actually goes out here and watch a lot of amateur basketball and watch a lot of these kids play, these kids are in 8th grade shooting half-court shots because they want to be like Steph. If you go to any park, any gym, any recreation,
I get that. Yeah.
These kids, this is what they practice. They don't even have a layup line anymore. It's a 3-point line. Like, guys get done stretching and they immediately go to the 3-point line and start shooting.
Absolutely. I get it, because that's what we do, right? We emulate who was great. So I'm sure there's probably Kobe had the same thing, LeBron, Michael had it. Everybody was out there trying to be like Mike, man. Damn, let me see if I could dunk from the half court. From the free throw line or whatever. You emulate whatever whoever the big guy is, right?
Dunk from half court to get that's just ball game. Game's over.
Yeah. Hey, if you can dunk from half court.
Check his shoes.
Hey, I don't think you're human. You might be like one of those Fantastic Four or something.
Hey, he be drug tested as soon as the game
immediately.
I
don't even think you wait till the game ends. You like, come in. They call timeout. You like, come in.
We need you to piss in this cup real quick.
They're gonna be telling coach, we're gonna take him in the back for a second.
Hey, listen, if Jay ever played a sport, the first thing out of his mouth was, look, I'm going to find the water boy. Listen, man, listen. I'm going to give you this Gatorade bottle. And it's going to have a J on that motherfucker. They don't put no water in that bitch. It's going to be whiskey. And then you just find me with an A.
You saw Space Jam. It's going to be a water bottle, just say secret stuff on there.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah. I just know Space Jam. I'm sorry. I'm guilty. But yeah, man. Hey, put the secret stuff on there, I'll be all right.
Hey, but the NBA, though, we had a nice little debate earlier in the morning chat. And the NBA right now, to me, is wide open. Like,
yeah.
You don't know who's gonna win, right? I mean, the Warriors, like I've been telling people, I think them letting go of Gary Payton Jr. That was detrimental to their defense.
On that defense, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And now you look at the evolution of Zion, like that's a guy. I'm like, Zion is him. Like this dude is unstoppable. Like,
is there any issues though? Is there any doubt at all in any of our minds? I don't know. I still got a little doubt that there's an injury waiting to happen to this.
Yeah,
but I mean, what do you guys think?
I think health is always in the back of everybody's mind, especially for a guy that's injured a lot in the beginning of his career. But if you look at Steph Curry, and I know they're not built the same, but Steph Curry was hurt all the time with them ankles. I mean, and look how he's turned out. So Zion is taking the proper steps to lose the weight. And he's been keeping it off, and you can tell he's motivated. I mean, he's out there talking mess. All right, what do you tell that boy?
He probably is. You know why? Because you can't tell me Zion don't listen to the chatter about him overweight, him, maybe his eating habits aren't exactly the best. He hears all this. So yeah, he probably has a lot of fuel to prove it. And I really want Zion to prove people wrong. I want to see the Zion that goes, 15, 16, 17 years in the league, whatever, and proves people wrong, man, because I think we've all been waiting to see what Zion can do, right?
Zion's that guy, and I told them this. I don't know how y'all feel about this. I got a hot take. Do we owe Jalen Brunson an apology?
Oh, hell yeah!
I remember when he got to the Knicks, what he make $110 million? Everybody was like, "Whoa, you giving him that much money?"
You know what's interesting though is look where
at the Knicks now.
But what does it mean to Dallas? Because Dallas hasn't been the same really since he left.
Yeah, but I don't think his.
I'm not saying all of it's Brunson, but I'm still saying
I don't think his game will flourish as it is now with New York because he has the ball in his hand, and Dallas, Luka has the ball in his hand.
Well, that's true. That's good.
Unfortunately, as great as Luka is, he's gonna keep a lot of players stagnant because he's so ball dominant.
Yeah, and that's why I don't know if you can have too many superstars around Luka. I think it needs to be Luka with a bunch of role players that just know their roles.
Of shooters, and maybe 2 or 3 guys that can cut to the rim and get a nice dunk off. But for the most part, you gonna have to build your team like teams had to build around LeBron. Unfortunately,
I think the Mavericks are still a player or two away.
Yeah,
before they're going to get that championship,
maybe a 3 or 4, I would say, but that's just me. No.
Yeah, because Tim Hardaway ain't it. I'm sorry. His daddy was that boy, okay. But Tim Hardaway, Vinny Smith, them are not players you're gonna win the ring with, unfortunately.
Spencer,
not being your second guys.
Yeah, Spencer ain't one either. Like
no, they're so inconsistent.
Well, yeah. Why didn't they do more to bring in players in the offseason? I mean, they brought only move they really made was bringing Christian Wood in, and then you got rid of Brunson.
I don't know if players want to play with Luka.
That's what I've heard.
I don't think people wants to play with Luka. Like it's gonna be a problem.
The way he carries himself.
No,
what is it about Luka? Is it just
ball dominant, man? Like Luka needs the ball in his hand to be Luka, and yes, he does amazing things like what we saw the other night where I had to give it to him. That was the best ball fake I've ever seen in my life. Like I've never seen anything like that. And to cap it off with that dunk, I was like, oh my God, Luka magic.
White man can't.
Hey, that white man can jump.
But let me ask you this. But as great as Luka is, and I'll be the first one to tell you, I've been saying Luka should get MVP at some point. I don't know why he hasn't gotten it by now, but as great as Luka is the ball dominance thing, does that hinder him from getting the title?
I think so. He's going to be like James Harden.
Yeah. Because Michael was great. Michael didn't need the ball all the time. Michael could do whatever.
Not saying the clutch factor, but when James Harden ran those Houston teams, remember, those Houston teams were competing. And I think the problem happened when James Harden was too dominant. We saw what happened when Chris Paul got there. And Chris Paul started running the show. And he's like, look, James, you still going to get off, but let me handle the ball responsibilities. Houston was one game away from beating Golden State.
Absolutely. Because when Paul went down, well, so did the
That's Rockets. When they lost. And I think you're not going to win being a ball dominant. Kobe said it. Kobe said it right about James Harden at that time. Yeah, he's a great player, but you're not going to win a championship playing in that style. And Kobe knew better than anybody because he was ball dominant. He had to learn to rely on his team in order for him to win.
I would almost wonder if it'd be better if they had James now at this point in his career, if they had James come off as a sixth man, go back to that sixth man where he kind of comes in and he gives us sparks of energy. No, you don't think so?
No. James Harden's at that stage now. What you see is what you get.
Yeah. I was just curious. I know he's getting a little older. He's, obviously whatever, but okay.
Yeah, but I think right now the Pelicans and Milwaukee and Boston, those got to be your three favorite.
Mike just coming out with it, man. Hell, shit, let's go.
I ain't saying nothing.
I can't believe how hard it is to rock it. I keep sending them letters in the mail and emails and all that. Look, is it so hard to just come dead last? Just don't do nothing. Just throw the ball away. Give the ball away. Hand the ball off. I don't care. I want Victor Wummenbaum. I don't care about this season. I want Victor. Damn it.
Do you think Victor is going to be that guy in the league?
Hey,
I don't know.
Jay McLovin, you can get Victor if you could say his full name right now.
Oh Jesus, Wembanyama.
You fucked up the whole franchise just now.
Oh, I know. Hey, listen. Hey, watch this. I look at that name and I'm like, I look like my wife's pupils look at her when they're in the classroom trying to sound their first word. What? How you say that shit? There's too many damn vowels in this shit. Where's the consonants at?
But the thing is,
hey, can I buy a consonant? I mean, I don't know. It's like
Wembanyama, right? Is it Wembanyama?
Oh, that wasn't that far off. Shut your mouth. Add the Yama and the win. Maybe the in between part I might have messed up.
I think the hardest one I ever had to learn was Giannis Antetokounmpo, though.
Yes,
that one.
God, man,
it is because a lot of people forget that two in there. It's like Antetokounmpo.
Right, it fucks you up.
And it's actually like Kaumpo. It's like you gotta Kaumpo.
Like
I just quit trying to say it.
That's why I call him Giannis. I can say Giannis all the way. Don't ask me that. Hey, it's Giannis A. Giannis A. Period.
Hey, that's why I just call him the Greek Freak.
Oh yeah, the Greek Freak. Everybody knows that, right? Damn.
The Rockets could lose every game this season, and still don't guarantee that they're going to get.
I think
this ain't football.
It's 14%, right? If you're dead last, it's like, yeah.
I'll tell you what, the Bulls were dog shit for how many years, Rob? And we got number 7 every year. The fucking, what's it called? My bad. What was it? The Knicks. The Knicks get it every year. One of the worst teams. They never have a top 3 pick.
We was blessed. I don't think we were in last place when we got the first pick. When we were able to get Derrick Rose, we weren't in last place.
Let me ask you guys this. Is it 14% for like the first 5? Or because I know they redid it. They redid the lottery where even if you finish dead last, it doesn't guarantee it. But I mean, how many people are at that 14?
I think it goes like 14, 12, 10, and then the rest are pretty much like 5%.
Your cat is trying to figure out what you got to eat in the cabinet.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's my little bitch, man.
What the
as long as she's not chewing on this, I don't care what she chews on. Just don't chew on this, damn it, because I don't own this place. It's a damn apartment. I don't care.
Hey, Cash cracked me up. She just casually jumped on top of the fridge.
Man, listen, that cat jumps because there's a 121.5-pound dog in this house. And that dog loves to beat the shit out of the cat.
Hey,
fighting for life.
Changing gears a little bit. What you guys think about the Jalen Hurts shoulder injury? How's that going to affect the Eagles?
Hi, handsome. He's here. I heard it.
How's that going to affect the Eagles moving on towards the playoffs?
I hear.
Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, wait, hold on. Where'd Jay go?
I didn't do it.
Okay, there you go. Jay disappeared on him. But no, Chris, to answer your question, if I'm Philly, I am not playing Jalen Hurts against Dallas. I am not.
I wouldn't either.
I am not doing it.
I don't think you have to. I mean, I think you're crazy to do that.
You're
risking everything.
I am.
I would not play. I would not. You're risking your entire playoff run by doing that.
I don't care. I do not care.
The Cowboys. I know everybody wants to beat the Cowboys, but it ain't that bad.
It's that bad. Fuck them. Because Rob, you're not thinking about it like a normal Eagles fan.
No,
that's Bears versus Packers.
I know.
The Bears were 13-1 by some grace of God that they were 13-1. And Green Bay Packers 1 game out from getting eliminated, 1 game out from making the playoffs. Bitch, you playing. And we riding.
What happens if Jalen Hurts goes in there and he's done?
We went down fighting, dog. We went down with the smoke. We want the smoke.
Hey, Mike, there's really nothing on the line for the Eagles. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be top of the division.
But you know what?
Nothing going on for Cowboys. The Cowboys are
only thing they got on the line
is. No, yeah, it's cool. And I'll say that. Like, it has nothing to do with wanting to win the game. It's all about wanting that smoke. That's all it means.
That's true. That's true. That is true.
Pride always say it's not about the money. It's not about.
That's true. Matter of fact, I think I was telling Gonzo
Rick
this.
Flair said it best. It's about the ring.
Well, yeah. Hey, look, I would not want to play the Eagles without Hurts in there, because then if they beat the Eagles and there's no Hurts, everybody's gonna scream, well, your win wasn't legitimate because there was no Jalen Hurts. So
but here's the thing.
The legitimacy of the win.
Here's the thing: a normal human being would say Jalen Hurts should sit. I do get Mike's point though, because think about it. With a rivalry like that, I
understand.
With a rivalry like that, it really is fucking like if Dak had a shoulder injury. Granted, Jay, I don't think you'd be screaming start him, but a majority of Dallas Cowboys fans would say exactly what Mike's saying. Fuck him, he's playing. Fuck him, because that it's like that rivalry.
I think. Pride, do you think Gardner could win that game though? I think he could.
Oh, 100%.
I think he could.
But I like Gardner Minshew.
I love Gardner Minshew.
Record. Yeah, let me be on record. I love me some Gardner Minshew. I think, in my opinion, he is the best backup. Before Jimmy G was the backup, he was the best backup quarterback in all of football. If I was the
y'all better put some respect on Cooper Rush.
No, right, 100%. Fuck him. But I will say, had it not been for the entire Jimmy Garoppolo being benched and coming back, then getting hurt, I think Gardner Minshew not only would have been considered the best backup ever, I think in a parallel universe this season, the Texans would have traded for him.
Yeah.
I think in a parallel universe,
I genuinely believe Gardner Minshew is a starter in this league. Yeah. I just think he just had the shortest end of the stick with that Jaguars.
So y'all don't think that's why you should just sit Jalen Hurts?
Well, but again, I think Mike agrees he should sit him, but he's talking from the perspective of a rivalry. Like Rob, and
I know
truthful,
Packers, Bears.
Remember, no matter what, it's fuck them first.
And think about it, Rob.
Yeah, when it comes to Green Bay, it's fuck them.
Biggest gun I got. Come here. And we're gone.
If Justin Fields was hurt, but he could go out there and play, and you're playing the Packers, you take that risk? Rob, you say, no, I'm calling you a liar.
No, I'm taking it.
You see what I'm saying? So
because I can't have Aaron Rodgers keep saying he owns us. Not today.
So
you're playing.
So I do get what Mike is saying. I think we all agree that on no way, shape, or form they should play him. But in the especially how rabid Philly fans and Dallas fans are.
Trust me. Hey, I have daily conversation with a Philly sports guy, which if you don't know Philly sports guy by now, you're probably not watching Eagles football. But yeah, man, that's like the biggest Eagles fan there is out there. And yeah, I mean him, I covered about back and forth about Cowboys and Eagles. And that's why I want Hurts in there so bad. Because if Hurts isn't in there, then I'm going to hear from Pags. His last name is Pags, by the way. Pagliani, I think is how you say it. But I'm going to hear from Pags, man. Hey, Jay, man, y'all might have got that win, but don't think you got it because Hurts wasn't. I mean, I'm just going to hear the never-ending cycle of it. So, yeah, I want Hurts. I want the absolute best. So that way we can say, hey, we beat you fair and square, or you beat us fair and square, one way or the other.
But I'm speaking from a GM point of view. If I'm the GM, they are going to crucify, because Philly fans might want him to play now. Oh, yeah, beat the Cowboys, rah, rah, rah. If he plays Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts gets hurt, and he's out for like the rest of the season, including the playoffs, they are going to crucify that general manager.
See, they go
that's how the world works, though, right? Hey, if you sit them, people get pissed off because it's a rivalry game, like Pride is saying, and also they want to see Hurts out there. But if you play him and he gets hurt, you're going to get crucified no matter what. The best you can hope for is that you play Hurts, He gets the win. He comes out with no injury, and you end up looking like the best thing ever. If he gets hurt, then you lose.
Well, since y'all dropped a couple F-bombs already, I know y'all saying forget the Cowboys, but if I'm the general manager, I'm telling the Philly fans, fuck your feelings. Jalen Hurts,
Rob, I'm
actually, Rob Scott, Mike was grandfathered in on the F-bomb. And I think Pride was as well. I was kind of by association with those two grandfathered in because I was there a little before you. So we all been kind of grandfathered. You're kind of like on the outskirts of that. You're the new generation of podcasters. So you got to maybe you can put a waiver into Jay Ness. I don't know. Put a waiver into Jay Ness.
Jay, let me ask you, how do you feel? Jay, how do you feel about me saying the F-bomb?
Oh, I don't care.
It doesn't matter how you feel about me saying the F-bomb.
Hey, don't shoot the message. I'm just giving the message. Apparently, you weren't at the last Zoom call meeting.
But let me know. I want to take your point, Rob, about the whole GM. I want to take it a step further.
Okay.
What if they have him out completely for the next 3 games? Love it or hate it.
And then you play like shit in the playoffs because you ain't played for 3 games.
You gotta come back to get back warmed up, but
or 2 weeks out and he plays the last day.
You losing a day. Like he hasn't even had a full week like you would normally because they had to play on a Saturday.
Right.
Like I'm just saying it's too risky. And we know, he got hurt. You know, when you playing the Bears, they still got some guys on their defense that hit hard.
Hey, and the shitty part about it was the shoulder injury. It would have been one thing if it was his non-throwing hand.
I guess.
But now they put the shoulder on the throwing hand, so that makes it even worse.
Right.
I mean, it's one thing if it's your off shoulder. Okay, I can live without that. But if it's on your throwing shoulder,
Hurts. Everybody keep we heard the interview with Micah. He's asking, is it the system or is it Hurts? Hurts is the system.
It's both, in my opinion.
Hurts makes Philly work. Hurts makes Philly work.
I think it's both because he has confidence in all his receivers.
Oh yeah,
he's throwing to Quez in like double coverage, and when you ask him about it, he goes, "I know he was in double coverage. I trust him." Think about it. What other quarterback has the balls to do that? Then afterwards said, "I know he was double teamed." And by the way, when he's explaining himself, he's reading the entire play. So he goes, he was pressed up by the corner, going up. Safety came over to help him, got a little physical, so the corner was able to go up. And then the middle linebacker kind of rotated a little bit so he could check down the flat. I saw him in double coverage, so I said, he's there, and I threw it. Let that sink in. This man knows it and goes, like Joe Burrow said, fuck it, chase down there somewhere. He does that with every single one of his receivers. That confidence, in my opinion, is like something that's great.
Yeah, man, he's a great leader. He's a great 100%. Leader. And Anthony Price, to answer your question, I think Josh Allen. I think at this point with Josh Allen, he has to play through those injuries because Buffalo's window is closing. It's closing.
You think so?
It's closing. Yes. Yes.
So when you say closing, because I want to make sure I understand what you're saying.
Where they're
Are you talking about a full-blown rebuild?
No.
Are you talking about
what I'm saying is their championship window, because they've built this team to win now.
Okay.
And Von Miller says, you're not winning anything this year. It's just not happening. I don't see Buffalo beating Kansas City.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. That defense is not the same, and that secondary is trash.
I don't know though. Well, I think Kansas City's secondary kind of struggles too.
That's what I'm saying.
Gabe Davis
but Kansas City still got Pat Mahomes over there.
And the Bills still got, but
you got people coming back.
But the weakness to KC is their defense. The weakness to KC is their secondary, and I think that's what the Bills can exploit is that secondary.
Because they love going. Yeah, they love
the Bills haven't been able to exploit anything lately.
Well, if you're talking about how they're playing now, yeah, you got it. But
I think that's
so many things left open in my mind. This is going crazy.
Better watch out for the Bengals out of the AFC.
I said, what you say?
Oh, I was
just saying, like, I agree with what you're saying, but I don't know, man. I can see. I mean, look, any team. Look, as we all said earlier,
Gazzo said too. Better watch out for my boy Smoking Joe and them.
Whoa!
Hey,
Hold on. No. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been quiet. I've been on the low.
No, you haven't.
I've been Mike. How long has it been since you see me? All right, then. As I was saying, I've been on the low. I've been quiet.
I want to see you.
Nah, but I shaved, so I went through a midlife crisis.
I want to.
Oh, you gotta see Santiago.
No, sir. I went through a midlife crisis.
Wait, you're bald now? You shaved all your hair off?
Just the facial hair. But
oh shit! You gotta let me see that.
Smoking herbs.
No. Listen, your ass is in South Carolina. I'm on the first car smoking. That's a couple hours away.
Jay response was just priceless.
No, sir.
No.
You see it once.
Hey, look. Hey, no. There's certain things I can live my life without. That's not one of them. I got to see this shit.
Y'all watch Family Guy?
Can you put a picture in the private chat? I swear to God, I'll delete it.
Y'all watch Family Guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm like Spider-Man. Everybody gets one. You already got your one. But
what did you keep quiet about, Pride?
I've been waiting. Mike, check me if I'm bugging. Was it Robert Scott, the same dude who said the Bengals wouldn't be able to repeat and they was going to be boo-boo?
I didn't think they was gonna make the Super Bowl again.
Robert.
I still don't think so.
Robert, now you're trying to finesse your word.
I'm not.
In addition,
I don't.
Do you remember, Michael, the beginning of the year when the Bengals were struggling?
They were boo boo.
Rob Scott said, "I told y'all so." They was not gonna be it. He called them one-hit wonders and said they were gonna be under 500. Those words came out of your mouth, good sir.
They did.
So now all of a sudden they're your boys.
No. Smoking Joe is my boy.
Let the record show.
I've
always
always
want the
liked
record
Smoking Joe.
You feel me? Because if I sneeze one time, right, y'all motherfuckers on me. I sneeze one time.
Hey.
I just want the heat off someone else for once, man.
It's cool. Bring the heat on, baby.
I have to.
But we're also the ones that said the Vikings would be in first place in the North. So
I say that
too.
I
also said that.
I mean, anybody who knows football, if you didn't say that,
if you didn't say that, there's something wrong with you, man. But
who was gonna do it? The Bears.
It sure as hell wasn't the Packers, man. I don't care what anybody says.
After losing Devontae.
Got a trash run.
Man, hey, after that first game,
Aaron Rodgers smoking that, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
He's out here living his best life.
He's sensational.
I just like the evolution of Aaron Rodgers' hair. First, it's nice and trim, and then he goes to this Nicolas Cage look, and now he's back to some kind of gothic, weird haircut style. I mean, I don't know what the hell happened to Aaron.
The soccer mom ponytail. The I'm just running to the grocery store ponytail.
The evolution of Aaron Rodgers. Holy crap.
Hey,
you knew it was down though. You knew it was bad that first game. That first game when he looked at his wide receiving core and he's just yelling at him and going off. You just knew, yep, that's the end of the Packers.
I think we're far enough into the NFL season to discuss now. Who's y'all MVP?
Oh, Hurts. Yeah, I got Hurts.
And it's not even close. I'm talking it is unanimous. Like, what was it, 2014?
Yeah.
I think 2014 is going to repeat itself. Because he got hurt, they're going to give any excuse to strip it from him, and they're going to give it to Patrick Mahomes. That's what they're going to do.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you think his injury opens the door for Pat?
Oh, they're going to take it from him. 100%.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I think Hurts is the MVP. I've been saying he's been MVP for a while, but
actually, unless you're a Chiefs fan, all of a sudden Patrick Mahomes is, oh my God, he's yeah.
It's just what Hurts has been able to do, both with his arm and legs. It's amazing.
I think it's Justin Jefferson.
You think Justin
Jefferson? A wide receiver's never gonna win it. But
he's not. But I think
I'm not mad at what you're saying.
He's like Cooper Kupp. What was it, last year, the year before last?
I think he's genuinely the most valuable player. It's just a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I mean, the Vikings really, really aren't special without Justin Jefferson. And that's
he's something different, ain't he?
It's Adam Thielen and Kirk Cousins without Justin Jefferson. So I mean, they were all
right. They were all right with Thielen. Adam Thielen.
But Justin Jefferson makes them the NFC North champions.
Oh, 100%. No, he makes them.
For the first time, and they've only done that like 5 times in their whole franchise. So.
Hey, is it just me, or have they taken a step back from Dalvin Cook though a little bit?
Well, I would too.
Right.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook really banged up. I think they're just trying to get into the playoffs healthy with Dalvin, and that's when you'll start to see a real usage of him, because that man can't finish the season healthy, and usually it doesn't matter because you're not making the playoffs. But now is usually the window of when he gets hurt. So I think cooling off from him is why you're starting to see that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah. Okay.
I want to play.
Wait, Pride. How do you win? This is what pisses me off. How do you win Offensive Player of the Year? Like Cooper Kupp will win Offensive Player of the Year, but then a quarterback will win MVP. It pisses me off.
You want to know why?
It's like it's just inconsistencies, though. You know
and you hit it right on the head. It's literally inconsistency.
Yep.
Like, and here's the thing: they made Offensive Player of the Year to shut everybody up. Who has conversations like this? Like, hold on, I get it. These quarterbacks are great. But look at some of these positional players. Look at Jonathan Taylor last year, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, look at Jonathan Taylor last year.
So what they do is they just made up the Offensive Player of the Year and the Defensive Player of the Year to shut us up. Right. To be like, all right, we'll give them something. But let me ask you guys a question. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me the only quarterback with 0 turnovers in the past 6 weeks? Yes, sir.
Don't say Tannehill.
Nah. Tanner Goat not in this conversation.
Yeah, because you have to play 6 weeks straight in order for that to happen.
Who does Pride like? Is it Tua?
Wait, Pride.
We're talking about Goda? Again, he's above this conversation. We got 2 goats, but there's a goat in training.
Goat in training.
Dustin should know.
Is it Purdy?
Fuck Brock
Purdy. Purdy's only played like 2 or 3 weeks.
Dustin said goat in training.
I didn't even hear the question. I'm just sitting here in my corner waiting my turn.
Who's the only quarterback with 0 turnovers in the past 6 weeks? Yes, sir. Jared Goat. We don't even call him Goff no more.
Yeah.
Look at this man. And ready to hear the funny part? The Rams gave up on him. And look what they got. I love Baker Mayfield. I love him. But listen, I like Baker. Love me, Jared Goat. You feel me? Jared, so I'm gonna start calling him. Swear to God, I'm calling him that right now. Because I got his number. We be chopping it up. I'm gonna literally change it to a voice memo. I want to see if it's possible. Jared, because this guy's just sensational.
Pride, you're about to make the same mistake you made with Tannehill.
Listen. I was hungry. I haven't eaten. I didn't eat in a while, and I doubled down.
Better
and
than
then
the Tannehill one.
I ate
Snickers bar.
I think this one's better than the Tannehill.
I got Chinese food, put my phone down, and then you guys were still tagging me. So I reread the messages, and I was like,
"Try say it again." What's his name?
Jared, man. That's his name right there. Yes, sir.
I don't know though, man. I think like the way you have to look at it and the way I look at it, obviously I rock with Jared Goff. I don't think he's just in my division. That's why I talk about Jared Goff. But I mean, the one of the biggest things I think when you look at that trade as a whole is, what are the outcomes for both sides? And I will say, if at some point the Detroit Lions win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff and the picks that they acquired, Jay, put your tongue in your mouth. I think obviously the Lions win that trade, but with just Matthew Stafford winning one, the goal is set. They're never going to win it again. And I think probably we can both agree on that. They do not have the financial structure and they do not have the young players and able to do that. So, but at the end of the day, let's say Jared Goff, let's say they win 10 games for the next 4 years straight with Jared Goff. If they don't win a Super Bowl, I think people will always say, well, at least, LA got the Super Bowl out of it. And that's really what it is at the end of the day. But let's say they fuck around and they go to a Super Bowl. I think that's the conversation right there, is where it's like, what you acquired and what they're going to acquire this year. The Lions have 2 top 10 picks because of the LA Rams. And it's going to be a conversation where it's like, this might have turned out to be, in Detroit's favor. So I think it'll be interesting, but I think at the end of the day, it'll always come down to, who got that ring. And if they both get it, then I think you can look at it for, okay, what players did you get? You got 2 top 10 picks. You got Jared Goff. You got this, and that. That's cool. So I think you would give it to the Lions, and especially because the Lions never even been to the dance. So if they even go, if they even go to the fucking thing, I would say the Lions won the trade.
I mean, to be honest, I think the Lions already won the trade.
Yeah,
because their
I
quarterback
agree,
is healthy.
with you. I agree with you. I mean? But
like
that counter is like, oh well, we want a chip.
Well, like, don't get it twisted. They won the Super Bowl, which is what their
purpose was.
When the Lions did this trade, they wanted those picks. Right. So you got a guy that's kind of steadying the boat. When's the last time Matt Ryan and Detroit got over 500? They ever coming to my TED Talk. See, once you hit me with that face, Mike, it's over.
Matt Ryan in Detroit never got over 500 because Matt Ryan never played for Detroit.
I said Matt Stafford.
You said Matt Ryan.
I said Stafford.
No, you did not.
You said Stafford. Made that face.
All right, fine.
It's okay though. It's okay. I knew what you meant.
Let me say, hold on. Let me say it one more time. Matt Stafford.
I knew what you meant.
When's the last time you went over 500?
I think one time.
Fucking bitch.
I didn't say nothing.
No, I'm talking about Matt Stafford.
Oh man,
I'm mad at him. He really had me believe in this hype. He really had me believe. I've been swindled, bamboozled, run astray, and amok.
I told y'all last year. I said it when I first came on this network. I screamed that shit. I said Matthew Stafford's going to win a Super Bowl this year, and that's going to be it. Like that for me was like I didn't see it going longevity. I didn't see it being the next dynasty. It was just one of. Do y'all have jobs? Who the fuck is this guy? Anyways,
I'm on a 2-week vacation, dog.
So I'm on vacation, blood. I've been working.
I work nights, sir. Hey, Evan, check this out. I work 12 a.m. to 9, and I come on and I do these shows. Then I go take a 5-minute nap, and I go right back to work.
Yes, sir.
Respect my hustle, sir.
But guess what? I'm working right now.
Retired. I'm just retired and the wife works. My only job is to make sure Blue gets fed, Alex gets fed, and I take all of my regimented pills to control my mental health.
I like Evan. No, Evan's good people. Evan is good people. They went to the playoffs once. Yeah, that was it.
I think that's the only time he went over 500.
He went to the playoffs twice with Detroit. He went in 2012 and then he went in 2015 with Jim Caldwell. That was the year that Jim Caldwell got fired.
After that, have they been over 500 since?
No.
Since 2015? No, right? So, I mean, in my opinion, like, again, 2015 is the last time we made the playoffs. Since then, you've had Matthew Stafford and paid him still under 500. You now had Jared Goff, who's getting you over 500. You got those 2 first picks, which honestly didn't even matter how Jared Goff would play. You were just kind of hoping and banking that the Rams would sell. And they've been selling all year. So now you got those 2 top 10 picks. If I'm the Lions, I don't know if I get a quarterback.
That's what I was going to say. Are they going to stick with?
If I'm the Lions, I'm definitely going defense. I would probably put somebody over there to accommodate on the other side of the ball from Aiden Hutchinson. Maybe the guy out of Clemson, Miles or whatever his name, Miles Murphy. I might look at somebody like that, or even like
so you're looking for like how Houston did J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney.
Something like that. I mean, just something to complement the others, the rush that way they could get pressure on the quarterback. Or if they want to go corner, they can go corner. But I think edge rusher, bringing another edge rusher to compensate with Aiden Hutchinson would be amazing.
I think you have a lot of defensive tackles in this league that you really need to take a look at in this draft because they have one of the worst rushing defenses in the league, next to the Bears. But
how many pieces does Detroit have? Do they just have one? Is it just one pick they have in this draft or in their first round? I mean,
well, they have their own, and then they have 2 from the Rams.
Hey, look, I think you're right. I think you get an edge rusher or whatever's best available at that spot. Whether it be offensive line or deep, whatever. But I think you definitely got to address that. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, I definitely think you can draft multiple positions. The Lions can be really nasty next year if you're able to get another edge rusher and maybe one offensive lineman. Man, I think they could be nasty.
Sensational. Sensational. But Jared Goff trash.
I don't know. Hey, if he ain't playing like trash, that's for sure. So the Lions are what 7-7. I think 1 game out of the playoffs.
Speaking of which, let me ask you a question because a lot of people on Twitter are saying this. I'm curious to see whether or not you guys agree. A lot of people are saying because I was watching someone else and they were talking about the worst contracts in the NBA, like the worst ones, right? People threw out D'Lo. Some people threw out Russ. Then there was a name that I kind of agree with.
Lonzo Ball.
But by default, no. Well,
Lonzo Ball.
That's one I got to be in there. But Chris Paul.
Lonzo Ball.
Is that, so you're saying Lonzo without a shadow of a doubt.
Lonzo Paul might never play in the fucking NBA again. Like,
yeah,
I mean, a lot of
and that's crazy coming from a Suns fan who screams point guard. That is insane to me.
But to his point, think about it. He gets paid 28 this year, 30 the next 2 years.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Ja. He looks old. Like it's you cannot the only justification that you're putting him out there is just the fact that he has all that money.
Yeah, no. I mean,
I don't think you can put Lonzo in that conversation because you can't forecast that kind of an injury. Otherwise, every contract would be the worst.
You can't, but it still is what it is.
Injured. But definitely Chris Paul was bad. That was the best time.
Because Chris Paul, at the end of the day, I mean, for what he's contributing and what he does, yeah, it definitely is J Ness. But I mean, you still got a guy who's averaging 9 assists a game. So I mean, it's not awful for what you ask him to be. And when you look at the rest of the team around him, without Chris Paul, what are they? So Jay, I hear you. But at the end of the day, like I always say this, it doesn't matter, you can't foresee this. No one foresaw what was going to happen with Russell Westbrook. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And it's like, you got to take it for what it is. If shit stinks, it stinks. It don't matter if you thought you were going to shit out.
That's a good point. Like, no, I mean, they brought him in. And yeah, you're right. Look at him. I mean,
I just want to say this one thing real quick, Mike, because you said he's giving you 9 assists, which is cute, right? It's around his career average.
If you're watching, you're like, it's a lousy 9 assists.
well, I'm not even gonna poop on him like that. I'm gonna give him his 9. What you're leaving out is the fact that my man is giving you 12 on fumes. Right. He's giving you 12 points per game on fumes, shooting under 40% from both the floor and the 3.
Right.
And if this was anybody else, I just think that by the time Chris Paul finally had his moment where he's just playing bad, the hate of Chris Paul is already gone. Because you got to remember, the last couple of years, it was hating and hating and hating. It's just this weird thing where it's like, in my opinion, and this is the only reason why I say Chris Paul is worse than Russ and D'Lo. Those are expiring.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about those. I get what you're saying. I mean, can someone pull up Lonzo's contract?
Lonzo's making $85 million for 4 years.
How much is he making now?
Same shit he was making last year. I think it's just now it's probably like 60 mil.
So he's making 16?
60. So like this season he's probably making around 20 million.
Yes, you said 60?
Like
60?
So, listen, 4 years.
How much you getting paid this season?
20 something.
And then what about next season?
20 something.
Yeah, he's making like 19.5.
Okay, no. So Chris Paul's definitely the worst. God, when I thought you said 60, I was about to apologize for my Riddick, and I was going to and be like, "Oh yeah, without a fact, it's Lonzo." But again,
you know what though? Where Phoenix went wrong was they saw what he did with OKC, and he picked back up that momentum. I wouldn't quite went 4 years, but at that time, he did deserve that money. He took a team where people thought he was about to go just sit and retire, and he made them fourth place in the Western Conference. Not to mention, I think he kind of had a little bit of influence over SGA to kind of get him to step out of his shell. So, and then not to mention, he gets to Phoenix's first year, they immediately go to the finals.
And I think,
so I think at that time he deserved the money. They just paid him for too long. Because you should have saw that. Right now, he's 37 years old. Like, he wasn't going to keep that same momentum up forever.
All I'm saying, bro, he playing older than.
But he's like 3 steps slower this year. I agree. Like,
and that's
old.
Nice. And again, and to Evan's point, 28 mil to be a role player, glorified role player. And again, the only reason they're playing him is because you paid him all that money. Now, this is why, and Rob, to touch on your point, the money isn't really the problem.
Yeah.
For me, the problem was the longevity of it.
Correct.
You wanted to, because remember, they signed him and then they extended him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and I tell you this, I know, hey, Phoenix wouldn't have sniffed the finals if Chris Paul wasn't there.
That's true, but I said this before, and people got mad at me. I said that, in my opinion, I only gave the Suns 2 years to win.
Right.
Yeah.
And I said that from the jump, and people got mad at me.
It's just like Matthew Stafford. You're going to get him, and it's going to be cool, or it's not.
And everyone got mad at me, and they were like, yo, do you not know who we got? I'm like, look, that's why I'm giving you 2 years. Come this third year, there's a lot of variables that come into play. The entire DeAndre Ayton thing. They've been saying, this is what Suns been doing. Man, you're so trash. Boo-boo. You're boo-boo in the butts. You're not good at all. Oh, wait, someone else wants you? Yeah, nah, bro. We gonna force you to stay here. And it's this thing where it's like, it's fine if you don't want him. If you don't feel like he fits you, that's okay.
Let him go.
That's it.
Let him
because
go.
Now you gotta keep him.
He should be playing in Indiana right now.
Exactly. Because think about it. Think about it like this. They what? Sensational. But think about it. They're then going. They're gonna keep.
Wait a minute. You're not just gonna go past that like we can just hear that.
Well, because she's sick, so I don't even know where all this energy coming from. Like what in the world? But you did all that. And
man, I swear, I was probably with my dad back in the day, man. That would have been amazing.
I'd just be looking. And Evan said, and now it's a tradable asset. We couldn't make any moves until a new owner was in place. The Suns have sold for. I mean, but hold on. Is he really a tradable asset?
No, I don't think so. Who's gonna take on that contract?
Because I'm talking DeAndre. Wait, hold on. Clarify, Evan. Are you talking about DeAndre Ayton? Or are you talking about Chris Paul? Because from what I understand,
DeAndre Ayton can't be traded. An asset.
DeAndre Ayton can't be traded to till at least January.
I was about to say there's like a period you gotta wait. Unless I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please fact check me.
Nah, it's January 15th.
January 15th. He's saying, I mean, okay.
Chris Paul is not an asset, not at this stage.
Well.
Nah, if John Wall's an asset, Chris Paul's an asset. Like that's what it is. So I think there's a lot of different ways you can look at it.
I don't look at John Wall as an asset.
No, but I'm saying like teams do, So it's like, I mean, if teams are still looking at guys like John Wall potentially to trade for them, so I think Chris Paul is definitely an asset. I think it's just how much of that money is going to be taken on by the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, the reason I say he's not an asset because nobody wants to take that contract.
Exactly. So if
that's the reason I say it's not that he can't go anywhere and still be a good 8th, 9th man off the bench.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, who gonna pay that much money for Chris Paul?
Well, Chris Paul is just like Russell Westbrook. Yeah. Who's going to take on Russell Westbrook's contract? I mean, they're almost at the same point, but for different reasons.
But if I'm the Lakers, I'm not letting Westbrook go for Chris Paul. Well, maybe no. I had to think about that for a second.
Think about it. What could Chris Paul do with that Lakers squad, though? I think he could do some
great things. That's what made me think
about it for a second. He just got to be the facilitator.
But his defense is not the same either.
And by the way, I just want to clarify something. It's not December 15th. It's January 15th. He can't be traded yet.
Well, yeah, I thought it was January.
It's January 15th. It's January 15th.
Did I not say January?
I think that's probably what he meant to put on there. I think he's probably...
It really wasn't trading for a new owner. I mean, Monty probably said that, but the reality is you can't trade him because you got to wait. You got to wait a full year.
Yeah, but that's $28 million, Evan. I don't know if it's only a year left. I'm not giving up $28 million worth of anything.
Yeah, but we talking about KD to the Suns again, bro. Is that what we're doing right now?
I mean, this happened before. This happened last year. I'm not doing that.
I'm not tired of it.
Low key, that Nets team starting to click.
The Nets look great. They're fine.
Like low key, I'm about to say that Nets team. And I told people, I'm like, hey,
they're low key tough.
That's still scary. I don't care. I'm like, I know I gave Ben Simmons a lot of crap, but
KD not getting traded, bro.
It was still scary over there. I'm like, they can click at any time.
KD's not getting traded in the slightest. He's not.
KD is getting traded if he murders 12 people in Brooklyn tomorrow, and if not,
even then they won't. Let's be honest. The Nets handle things
even if he does, Jay-Z will just be like, $1 million.
Your boy. He'll say some dumb shit like that.
Like,
and then he'll end it when we re-sign him for 10 years. He might get an MLB contract. Like,
but nah, I do think there's definitely teams out there. I mean, the Pacers are in on them for DeAndre Ayton. The Bulls are probably, Vooch is an expiring deal, so they would like a young center for the future. There's a lot of different ways you can look at it, especially when your franchise player is a dickhead like Zach LaVine. You definitely want a younger guy that's going to come in and potentially be that dude.
But you also got to remember, Mike. You got to remember, Ayton can veto any trade he feels like.
No, yeah.
100%. So, like, if you try to send him anywhere, he goes, yeah, I'm good. I want to be there.
But he definitely don't want to be where he at right now.
Yeah, he should just go.
But I'll be honest with you. I think in his mind, this is what I would do if I'm Ayton. This is what I would do. I got 3 teams in mind. I got 3 teams in mind. I don't care what team it is. It could be it could be the Magic, and you put Ventura at the 4. If you want to do something like that, Sacramento and the Pistons, right? Let's do dog water teams, right? If he chooses to go to one of them, the Suns have no choice.
Right.
If Ayton goes and says, I want to go to Golden State, they have no choice.
Right.
So it's this thing where, like, man, Ayton a finesse, bro. I gotta hit him up. I'm gonna have to be, because this man is like I'm dying. But this man is like, I don't give a flying chopstick.
We all be dying.
Michael and Robert. Well, Rob ain't a Bulls fan, so this
Wow.
So
yeah.
There he is. Zach LaVine.
Yes, sir.
Did you see this coming? Like,
Did
you see this coming at all? Rob said, yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
I saw this coming too.
Yeah, you saw it too?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna be this bad. I didn't think they were gonna be beefing the first year.
They was beefing. They always been beefing.
Not this bad though.
You saw it last.
It wasn't this bad.
Right, you saw it last year too when DeMar DeRozan hit the 2 straight game winners, and all of a sudden after that, Zach LaVine kind of had that "why am I not the top dog" mentality already last year.
Right. Probably that's the thing though. You did see it last year, but no one talked about it because we were winning.
Yeah,
when we're winning, no one cares.
Right.
And that's just what it is. So it's perfectly fine when 2 dudes hate each other. Kobe and Shaq hated each other for how long? And you have that conversation of, hey, fuck it, we winning. The second 2004 hits, man, Shaq looks like shit. Kobe looks like shit. Someone got to go. And then someone goes. And then Shaq goes to Miami. Woo, woo, woo. It is what it is. But that's the conversation right now is now you're not winning. Now Lonzo might never step on the court again. So now it's those two are going to have to fix it because Lonzo might not come back to actually fix it themselves. And that was the barrier. I felt like that was, when you fighting with your brother and your mom gets in the middle and separates both of you, that was Lonzo because Lonzo would facilitate the floor. He'd get everybody their touches. Now it's DeMar. DeMar's coming up with it. DeMar's going down with it. He's going left, right, center. DeMar's everywhere. He ain't
nobody want the ball in LaVine hand. Let's just keep it real.
I don't want that
a bum.
I don't want that ball.
And that's really what I was gonna come out and say. Like, respectfully, bro, you're playing like cheap, bro.
Cool, bro. You don't gotta be respectful.
I bet. You're playing like me after my accident, bro. You're playing like dog water, fam.
He's basura.
Basura. Yeah, hold on. Y'all ever heard of a show called Sábado Gigante?
Mm-hmm.
Sábado Gigante.
Fuera. Get this man out of here, bro. Because my man is playing like cheeks. They got the surprise Pikachu face. I can't get the ball in his hand. Right now, bro, you're trash.
Yeah.
I'll put the ball in Io's hand before I put the ball in Zach.
I'm not one of those people. I don't live in the moment. I never have lived in the moment. I was huge on free Russell Westbrook. I was huge on free all these other dudes that they have bad seasons, but that's not who they are truly. And then you maybe you live or die by that. Sometimes it's like, all right, you are shit, but other times it's like you go back to who you used to be. Yeah. Zach is who he is, and that's always been my problem. Pride knows.
Always been this.
Yeah,
Pride saw my face when they paid that man that money. Are you kidding me?
Zach LaVine is an all-star. Zach LaVine is not your
franchise.
Sometimes, but that's what I'm saying is you're not getting $220 million being an all-star, and that's not really his fault. That's the market's fault. You got guys like Jamal Murray, you got guys like Michael Porter Jr., you got guys like Zach LaVine and DeAndre Ayton making all this money, and it's like you look at their game and it's like y'all ain't like that, y'all ain't nice like that, and that's the market's fault. But Pride, I'm gonna tell you, don't sit here, tell me you shot, and Dustin will be proud of you. You shot 1 for 8 from 3 and 0 from 4. Is it?
You sent me that.
0 from 10 from the fucking field. And it's like,
and you're
mad because Billy took you out.
Yeah, you're complaining that Billy Donovan benched you. What the hell value do you have when you're shooting 1 for 15 from the field?
Well, I'm 2 for 18 on the night. I should be in the game.
On top of that, the guy that you're guarding is dropping a 35-point night on your head. So
and that
you're providing anything.
And that literally was going to be my next thing. Like, everything he's supposed to be bringing to the table, he just doesn't.
Billy, bro.
And that's the thing. Like, and that really is my problem with him right now. Think about this. I'm going to give you 2 stat lines right now. You let me know who deserves to bring the ball down. 21, 4 and 4, 44% from the floor, 36% from 3. And then the other guy, mind you, he's barely averaging 21. Trying as hard as he could and selling. Worse than me on the corner. And then you got this other guy, almost 26, 5 and 5, shooting 50% from the floor.
DeMar DeRozan. That's just what it is.
And that's that's my problem with him. There's no accountability. Do you want to know what this reminds me of? God, I'm about to die. God, just take me.
I just had the flu like 2 weeks ago, bro. I'm still coughing. That's why I be muting myself.
But this reminds me a lot of Vince Carter when he was in the Raptors. When he would try to force his way to be that dude, and my man couldn't do it.
Right.
And then it eventually ended to him saying, I need to get traded, not because this place is trash, not because of the fans, just because it's time.
Mm-hmm.
By next year, Zach LaVine is going to demand that trade, and guess what's going to happen? I'm calling it right now. Keep my word on this, because if I'm wrong, I'll eat it. He's going to demand a trade next year. Everyone's going to look, and they're going to laugh at him. And they're going to go, hey, yo, we ain't boo-boo the fool. We see what other teams have done, and it ain't work out at all. So if you think we finna trade for you, they gonna laugh in his face. That's what's gonna humble him, because he still got this idea that with my contract, everyone's gonna want to come to me, and that's the problem. When he demands that trade next year, and not a single soul wants him because he's not performing up to his contract, he's finna get humbled. And I would love to have a conversation with him after that.
He should be humbled after what happened.
He's a superstar, and he's not a superstar.
Right.
He should
be humbled. Like,
he should be humbled right now after what happened during the Minnesota game, when pretty much every single player on the roster called him out at halftime.
Yes.
Yeah. That's something that's huge, especially against your former team, and a team that you haven't played over 70 games in a season since that 2014-2015 season. DeMar played 76 games last year at age 33. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and Pride is not his biggest hater, but Pride is the biggest realist when it comes to DeMar DeRozan. And you understand, like, when it comes to the playoffs, that's not the guy you want to go to war with. But DeMar DeRozan's mentality is the guy I want to go to war with. He tells you straight up in post games, hey, I played like shit. We played like shit. Woo, woo, woo. You're gonna tell me in a post game that, Billy's the reason why we lost this game, and I know my former team just dropped 150 on my head without Karl Anthony Towns, and I just got busted by Anthony Edwards, who's better in a Netflix series than he is on the court. Like, there's a lot of different intangibles that go into that. So, and Rudy Gobert. So respectfully.
And this is where I really got tight. Hold on. This is where I really got tight. You lost to the Timberwolves. You bum. 100%. And the reason you lost, can anyone tell me the reason why they lost?
They put up the points.
Anthony Edwards was literally making a Pornhub movie with this man on national television.
If gave him the business was a person?
No, he gave him the dick. It's worse than the business. We're going uncensored. 100%. Like my namesake. My man, he gave him all of it. Couldn't handle it and still kept going.
100%.
And it's like, yo, Zach, you bring nothing to the table.
Here's where I'm like I said, I don't live in the moment, because last year everybody except Pride was sitting here and was screaming, yo, Tatum and Brown can't play together. They hate each other. They don't love each other. Marcus Smart, he's ghetto. He's a bum. He's throwing chairs at people in the locker room. They need to break up the team. The head coach sucks. Woo, woo, woo. That's the first half of the season. The Celtics suck. Then they go on and they go all the way to the NBA Finals. Marcus Smart wins Defensive Player of the Year. Tatum and Brown are going crazy the entire playoffs until the finals. But then, shout out Brown. But it's definitely something, you look at it for what it is, and you're like, I had to do that. I'm sorry. But it's definitely something where it's like, all right, narratives can change very quickly, and you fall into that narrative. Zach LaVine just had a quote today. He said, "Listen, I forgot, I could pull it up. He did say something. He was talking about basically he never said that verbatim. And I have a problem with that because the exact quote." They asked him about, hey, what do you think about not seeing eye to eye with everybody and everybody having issues? He says, I feel good about the team. If I had something to say about the team, it would come from my mouth. That didn't come from me. And that directly didn't come from you, but you also took shots at Billy Donovan. That came from your mouth. You took shots at playing with DeMar DeRozan. That came from your mouth. So you might tell me, listen, I don't want to kill pride, but I just saw a video of you jumping pride. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're publicly going out there and trashing these dudes. And you might not say, I hate this team, but you're going out of your way to take shots at them on public national television. And it's like, you know what this city is. You know what the narrative is. You saw what happened with D Rose. You saw what happened with all these dudes. You say that the franchise doesn't have faith in you. Pride, let me ask you this. Name the top 3 Bulls players of all time.
Zach LaVine ain't one of them.
No, but just go ahead and name them. What would you, Rob Scott, what would you say?
It's Michael, Scotty, and Rose.
It's MG, Scotty. Some people are going to say, everyone's going to say D Rose.
Okay, so look, you got one that's the youngest MVP ever. You got Scottie Pippen, who's probably the greatest Robin ever. Could have been someone else, he could have been a number 1 somewhere. And you got a guy whose name is the greatest player of all time. Who makes the most?
Let's just go ahead and call it like we see it.
Zach LaVine has been paid more than all of those guys by the Chicago Bulls. You are the highest.
But Michael never really lived on his contract money. Michael was always about the endorsements.
But Jay, that's what I'm saying though. Don't tell me we don't have faith in you. We paid you more than we paid Michael fucking.
Oh, right,
Jordan.
right. I agree.
Like, what are you talking? Like, we don't have faith in you. Michael Jeffrey fucking Jordan. Black Jesus.
Well, he took a pay cut. So that way they would have fun. So
I hear that. But at the end of the day, it's like,
I want me the best team.
We still gave him the bag. And
his last contract was a bag.
Don't tell me we don't have faith in you if you got paid more than the GOAT, the youngest MVP ever, and anybody else who ever wore a Bulls uniform.
I mean,
like
I get your point. Times are different though. Times are kind of different though. Because
I don't give a fuck.
Hey. In a nutshell, we gave somebody a 5-star check who's a 2-star player.
We gave $215 million for one All-Star appearance.
2-star.
Wow.
2-star. He didn't change life for Minnesota. Like, first of all, we got Zach. I said Zach would be a nice compliment. I never looked at this dude to be the main attraction for the Bulls. All he can do is dunk. Yeah, he can dunk pretty good, but he started to develop his game here. He brought out the 3-point shot a little bit more and things like that. But never in my life did I look at Zach like, oh, he's changing life for Chicago.
I told Pride, and I will say it every single day until the day that man wins a championship, and then I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to write it on my ass and drive down the street with my ass out the window. We should have signed and traded for Donovan Mitchell. I love what I'm seeing in Cleveland. Everybody loves him in Cleveland. His teammates are happy. The fans are happy. The fans aren't happy about anything ever. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And Donovan Mitchell is out here playing out of his mind. 30-plus points per game. The guy's an MVP candidate. That's just what it is.
Yes,
and I said that off rip. If you're going to pay a guy who plays the same way as DeMar, I'd rather pay Donovan Mitchell than Zach LaVine because I know they will complement each other well. Zach is that's the problem with me. And Dustin had me on a show and he hit it on the head perfectly, talking about how on a rebuilding team, Zach's that dude. And I told Rob Scott, Lauri Markkanen, same way. You put him on the Utah Jazz where there's not any other superstars.
No pressure.
He's a bucket because he gets the shots. If you
got 33 last night, didn't he?
100%. And that's the problem, though, is the consistency. And if you don't get the shots, your numbers aren't going to be there. And that's the problem. You look at a guy like, let's say, Curry. Hey, man, you only get 10 shots tonight. All right, cool. I'm making a clean 60, 70%. That's it. Like, and you give Lauri 10 shots. I'm 1 for 9.
But here's honestly my biggest thing with him. It's just like the lack of accountability. It's like he's got no self-awareness. Like I've never in my life have seen a dude. I mean, this is only second to Isaiah Thomas.
Like you know,
in Boston.
Like you know how that's going to be misconstrued into you hate Billy Donovan, and you know that
and the thing is, you double down on it,
right? Like, if you're a rookie, that's cool. Rookies are cool. That's fine. You fucked up. Is what it is. LaMelo fucked up. Bunch of guys fucked up before. But bro, you've been here since like what 2013. You know how this works. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
crazy to me.
The Bulls are in shambles right now.
And the sad part is what you said, Mike, about Zach LaVine taking shots. He was taking shots at the team last year when they were winning.
Yeah.
He was taking shots at him even during the offseason, basically saying he wanted to test free agency and kind of back the Bulls into a corner at that point, forcing them to pay him at that point.
That's correct. Yeah, the Bulls right now, and the sad thing with the Bulls is we had that one Magic season, or as Mike corrected me yesterday, half a season. So now, like, you know how we were just talking about Buffalo prior to you asked me, did I think Buffalo was, when I said that window was closing, I'm like, not to rebuild, but to win the ring. I think the window is closing with the Bulls are about to rebuild again.
Yeah, and you got half a season. Like
they are about to be in rebuild mode.
Pride had me on Prideful Take, and you can check that out on all streaming platforms. But he had me on there last year. I know he's yelling at his baby right now, so he can't flex it. But you know, he had me on there, and I told him at the half season, I said, you know, I feel like that right now we just got Space Jam. You know, when the little motherfuckers steal all everybody's powers. I was like, that's what the Boston Celtics did to the Chicago Bulls. It just felt like, you know, who were they? They had Bugsy in the wheelchair. That's Lonzo Ball. They took everybody else's powers. It's like, damn.
Get shit on.
Get shit on. Your ass. But
your ass. I'm the champion. Get shit on.
I love that video. I screamed that on Call of Duty probably 3 times a night.
Oh man.
Yeah, but Boston is, they said, hey, no Ime, no problem.
And Dustin.
Yes.
I want to ask you something. 2025, we had one shot at the Greek. And what did the Windy City Bulls decide to do the other day?
Send him to fucking Turkey.
They sent that boy to Turkey. They cut his ass from the team.
Oh, they let his brother go?
Dustin, really quick. What was Kostas's stat line when he starts?
14.8 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game, 3.7 blocks per game, 2.5 assists per game, shooting 64% from the field.
Ass, bull.
That's why he's the stat guy.
Really quick. What's Patrick Williams, the number 4 pick? What's his
Boo-boo!
He's averaging 11.1, 5.2, and shooting 42% from the field, but he is the team's best 3-point shooter at 45%.
So, like, what, half a 3 game?
Oh, he's doo-doo. Patrick Williams
Justin,
is doo-doo.
On how many, and this one's a little bit harder. I know you might know this one, but I've been to a few Bulls games this year. How many of those 3-point shots is no one even guarding this motherfucker?
90%.
Not 90% of the time.
They're daring him to shoot it.
And you know what's crazy? It's not like we're Pride, man. It's not like we have the luxury of being Pride, where you have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. It's not like you have all these dogs. So there's a reason you're wide open. You're wide open because nobody fucks with you, bro. Because nobody's afraid of you. And that's why are you wide open? Because of Ayo Dosunmu? Because of Zach LaVine? Because of DeMar DeRozan? No, you're not. You're wide open because you're a bum. And that's why you're wide open.
Yeah, and the sad part about getting rid of Kostas also is like the Windy City Bulls are playing for the Winter Showcase Championship tomorrow. Hence why I'm at the airport right now, because I'm going to Vegas to watch that championship game tomorrow. But they have a guy named Carlik Jones in the G-League right now, averaging 24 points per game. Why Chicago hasn't called this man up to be on the bench and give them some sort of scoring? Because their bench sucks. Javonte Green hasn't given them jack crap off the bench. Kobe White hasn't been consistent. Derrick Jones Jr. is hurt now. Like, why are we not giving a guy that's averaging 25 points in the G-League minutes right now? He at least is going to give you somewhat of a spark that some of these guys aren't giving you. As much as I love Alex Caruso, the guy's been complete dog shit this year. Can't score, can't play defense the way he typically plays. He just looks completely useless on the floor right now. The Bulls need some shock into that organization to wake these guys up. And calling some of these guys up from the G League, like Terry, Carlik Jones, Simonovic, even Ethan Thompson, who's averaging 17 points per game, These guys need a chance to play right now to wake some of these players up because they need the wake-up call right now.
Hey, Justin, I had a question. I'm not trying to turn this into the bullshit, but I'm just saying. With the problems we're having on the interior, why the hell is Dwight Howard playing overseas?
You want to know why? You do want to know I got on this truth.
Why are you bringing a 35-year-old?
I would bring him right now. I bet you he can do a lot more.
I don't even care if we get Dwight Howard. Why Andre Drummond is only playing 8 minutes a game right now is the bigger question.
That's the problem. Because that's the problem.
Getting 20 to 25 minutes per game because when he was playing 20 minutes per game at the beginning of the year, he was averaging 12 and 10 off the bench. Now he's averaging 2 and 4 because he's only playing 8 minutes a game. You should be starting theoretically right now. You should be starting Andre Drummond at the 5, Vucevic at the 4, and putting Williams off the bench as a 6-man.
But I do believe that Vooch gets 40 dropped on his head every single night if he plays.
He gets 40 dropped on his head if he's at the 5 or the 4. It doesn't matter.
Nah, Vooch has been pretty good.
Put Drummond at the 4 then and leave Vooch at the 5 and still put Patrick Williams on the bench because the 5 games that Patrick Williams came off the bench, he was averaging 14 a game. And he actually was playing better off the bench than he did as a starter. Drummond needs minutes because he's the most physical player the Bulls have.
Oh man, I saw that kid play against Dallas in person.
Oh yeah, he went crazy.
Dude, it was the coolest shit. I haven't. That was like that was like Cleveland. What was it? Not Cleveland. It was Detroit Drummond. Whichever one went crazy.
Yeah, Detroit
Drummond. That shit was insane. Drummond. I saw that man 3 straight dunks into everybody's face. It was disgusting. Cool. It was disgusting.
But you know what though? You know why Patrick Williams plays out better off the bench? Because that's what he was. I said, how do you pick a guy in the 4th pick of the draft and he was a bench player? You waste that early pick on a bench player?
If we're going to be honest.
That draft sucked, though.
I know that draft
not only that. But if we're going to be honest, remember that conversation we had last year about Kobe White?
Yeah.
We should have been putting Patrick Williams in that same conversation.
Well, the only reason you couldn't was because game 3 of the year, game 4, he broke his wrist and he missed the whole season. So that was the only thing that kept him safe.
But he came back.
Right. Nah, he came back the last 3 games.
He came back for the playoffs and he was actually the team's leading scorer in the playoffs the last 3 games. He actually played very well against the Bucks in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
And then he dropped like 30 in his last game of the season. So he had he was doing all right.
And in fact, didn't he come off the bench?
No, he was starting. It was the fact that Zach LaVine wasn't playing those final 4 games, so Patrick Williams.
Yeah, right.
Where's that dude?
I'll tell you what, though, Gonzo. Fuck these Bulls, baby. This all I'm looking at. Baby. Come on, Gonzo.
Hey, Mike, does he not look like a young version of Jake Arrieta right there?
I've never in my life been so unamused.
Sorry.
I'm being so serious.
Okay. Jay knows this is the baseball portion of the show.
Fam, at this point, I'm convinced.
I'll be in my little corner.
I'm convinced we just low-key want to get rid of Rafael Devers, but we're just trying to, it's like we're staring at each other.
You want him to ask out first before you just drop
him.
You did ask out yesterday.
Yeah, you just want to disrespect him until he.
Nah, he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
Devers said yesterday that he has every intention of hitting the free agent market next year and has no desire to resign.
Nah, he didn't mean it.
He didn't mean it. He was just GG's, haha.
Lows, I'll make it low.
Hey, don't worry about it though. You got Justin Turner, the 38-year-old. He'll save the day.
If we give him 10 years for $300 million, he will stay. He will. Respectfully. We didn't even give that to Xander Bogaerts.
What else we got, Gonzo? What else we got on the day?
Nothing! Nothing! JD left. That motherfucker's right on the wall. We basically traded JD Martinez for Justin Turner. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Hey, you got the younger version of Ichiro.
Which was great until we got rid of
time to be alive. Damn.
Bro,
all of this beautiful baseball talk.
Bruh.
I love Rob Scott when we talk about
1 month into the season, we're gonna call up Eric Hosmer. That's how fucked we are. That's how wrecked we are right now. We're about to call
I'm surprised that they did not do anything really truly meaningful in free agency.
Jay, I disagree. They did everything detrimental.
Well, okay, to that point, you're right. I guess I'm talking about the other way, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
They didn't do nothing. They were like, oh, so Xander Bogaerts, you want to stay? Oh, wait, if we give you this contract, you'll stay? Yeah, hit the bricks, you clown. Why are we doing this? What are we doing? What are we doing? I understand that we got to rebuild, but we had something. We had a foundation. Yeah. You can't just throw out the foundation and then all of a sudden be like, "Welp, here we go." Like, no. We did this shit with Mookie. I let it rock. I shut the fuck up. Because you know what? We still have some scrappy guys. We still have some talent.
That was Mookie. That was big.
We're still paying fucking.
Yeah, I know.
We're still paying David Price. We're still paying David Price. Somehow. I think Manny Rodriguez is still finessing a fucking check from us. Dustin Pedroia still getting guap. Talk about Bobby Bonilla. Yeah. You look at our checkbook, fam. Right? Like, you know how in checkbooks you have like the back part?
You're still paying John Lackey yet too, by the way.
Like, why are we paying John Lackey still? Mom, I want to go home.
John Lackey ain't been on the team in damn
near a decade.
Yeah, John Lackey signed that 7-year extension with the Red Sox, and then they traded him to the Cardinals, and then the Cubs picked him up, and as part of the contract buyout, they reached like a 15-year settlement with Lackey where he makes $3 million a year.
What are we doing here?
That's awesome.
So we're still paying all these dudes, and then the nerve.
You're paying your 2014. You're paying your 2014 World Series roster or 2012 World Series, whatever their last World Series championship was. You're paying that whole roster yet.
We're still paying off the 2008. That's how geek we are. We're still paying off 2008, right?
You're probably still paying Daisuke Matsuzaka.
I would at this point, if Bloom comes out and says that, I'm not shocked. I'm like, yep, I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised.
I know these guys are turning a profit, but I mean, like, are they not able just to pay? I don't like how much, for example. Okay, take Lackey for example. How much do they owe this guy?
When he signed the 7-year extension, it was like a 7-year, I think 95 to like $110 million extension, which was like one of the richest contracts for pitchers at that time. Mm-hmm. And then Boston traded him the next year to St. Louis.
Literally the next year.
But instead of
sit there and pay this guy like $90 million,
instead of paying him like that $90 million, like they would have had to, like right up front, they reached a settlement with him where they said the Cardinals are going to pick up X amount of your salary. The salary that we owe you will prorate it for the next amount of years until it's paid off.
Right. And here's my thing, right?
How many players do they have like that they're paying?
We got a bunch.
A lot of them are probably Bonilla. Dustin Pedroia and some of the other ones they're paying because they got hurt and decided to retire while they were still under contract. So they're paying out the rest of their remaining contract in year, not necessarily in like one big lump sum like they could, but they're basing it out in like increments so they don't have to take such a big hit up front.
Question. When it comes to there is no cap, so there is no question. Never mind. I'm thinking NFL, NBA. MLB don't have a cap, so it doesn't really matter.
That's what I'm saying. And here's the part that blows my mind. We are, and I wish Mike was here because he would have loved this. We're the Chicago Cubs.
I was just
we're the Chicago Cubs. We had a championship. 5 years later, look what is left. Nothing.
Zero. Bubkus.
You want to talk about baseball?
They're about the same shape as the poor Reds.
You want to talk about baseball not having a salary cap? Did you see the luxury tax penalty that the Mets owner has to pay right now?
Dog.
Oh, that's stupid.
No, but here's the
what if he doesn't get a World Series? What is he going to do?
Here's the funny thing, though.
I got to pay $111 million luxury tax, and I still don't have a World Series.
Yeah, and his luxury tax bill is more than the average salary across.
Yeah, I guess it kind of is.
The average payroll in Major League Baseball is $109 million, and he has to fork over $111 million tax bill this year.
I have a question. Because when we start talking about this $111 million tax bill, $390 some odd million payroll, I don't know how. I'm sure Cohen is rich as hell, but how are they actually making a profit when they spend exorbitant amounts of money on all? I mean, they act like the damn U.S. Treasury. Like, I mean, is it just the money? Just that? Are they making that much profit that Steve Cohen says, you know what? I'll spend $111 million and luxury tax because I'm making hand over fist? Is that how good the Mets have it? I guess so.
So figure right now, if on average, if a baseball ticket is 100 games to go watch the Mets, and their stadium holds 41,000 people, That's $4.1 million per game if you sold it out. Times that by 81, you're making $332 million just on ticket sales. Then you add in your concession stands. Then you add in your.
That's not going to get you to 111 million luxury tax you still got to pay.
He's making $332 million just on ticket sales.
I get the 332. You're right, but his payroll is at 396, and he still has to come up with the 111. So where's the rest of that money coming from? I guess you can guess TV, right? How much do you get?
$350 million from TV.
Which that's what I was thinking. Okay,
you had $700 million. He's probably the Mets are probably making close to $1 billion a year in total revenue with jersey sales, ticket sales, and concessions, and TV revenue. They're probably generating $1 billion a year. So even forking over $111 million.
I get that. I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're making $1 billion, what was it? 396, 111. So Jesus Christ, that's what half $1 billion.
He's still going to
really matter.
He's still going to make a $400 million profit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you're making a $400 million profit, I mean, I guess nobody gives a damn.
Yeah. The funny thing is, none of these.
You know what? I wonder how much the Astros make. I guess I'd have to research. I'm going to have to research that, but I wonder. I care. Damn it! Just want to know shit.
But the funny thing is, none of these baseball teams care because that $111 million penalty that he has to pay gets divided out evenly for every major league team. So every major league team is going to be banking $5.4 million added to their payroll next year.
So out of that, what, $400 million they still have to pay the other. They still have to share with all the other teams.
The luxury tax basically is free money to every other franchise. So the 29,
111 gets dispersed between all the
other 29 franchises are getting $3 million off of that added to next year's payroll. So that's why when everyone says the luxury tax, yes, certain teams care about it, but Major League Baseball really doesn't because every other organization is getting free money off of it because it goes out to them.
Yeah, that's just Major League business saying, okay, we'll subsidize these other guys to keep them afloat, and we'll take this luxury tax. That's how we're going to support the rest of the business, right? So, that's crazy. I mean, what a time to be alive. That is insane. But it's smart business. Hey, on Major League Baseball's side, it is smart business. Damn.
And the reason why they do it is because baseball is the only sport. I said this before I even came on this network because I said this on podcast when I was running it weekly. Baseball is the only sport that theoretically could survive if fans were not allowed in the stadium because 60% of the revenue they generate is off of their TV contracts. 20% is off of ticket sales, and then 20% is off of merchandise and everything else. So yes, they would take a hit, but they can still make 60% of what they would typically make in a year just off of their TV contracts alone. So baseball is like the only sport that could survive if fans are not allowed to come back to stadiums for like a long period of time. And that's why you see contracts like this because the TV contracts are what pay for these big contracts in baseball. It's not the ticket sales. It's not the merchandise or anything like that. It is these TV contracts because it's the only sport that every single one of their games is on their network. Even if there's an ESPN broadcast, it still goes on the team's private network also, unlike the NBA where if your team's playing on ESPN, you're not getting it on that team's private network the same night. It's strictly just on ESPN. And then obviously with the NFL, it's always on Fox, CBS, or NBC, so they don't even have their own private network to go to.
No, that's not the case. When the Bulls play on ESPN, it still comes on Comcast Sports Network.
Because Comcast is owned by ESPN.
Okay, I thought they were owned by NBC.
No, they used to be owned by NBC. Now they're owned by ESPN. So now Comcast and ESPN has like the same rights. But you look at baseball though, like ESPN will have it, and then you go to the Yankees. Yes Network's going to have it. MEASN, the Boston network, will have it at the same time that ESPN has it. So they can pretty much double dip to get the revenue going in.
I didn't know that. Baseball is fun.
Yeah,
man. Hey, it is fun. It's you got to get into it, Rob. You got to get into it.
I was being sarcastic.
Rob, you need to know Rob and Jay because I told you this. I'm trying to get Jay into the World Cup, and Jay, you have Dallas and Houston as host cities in the 2026 World Cup. So I expect you to figure out how to get to one of those two places.
I'll be able to. I definitely. You said Dallas and where else?
Dallas and Houston. Both of them are.
Yeah, no, I will definitely be there for that. I'll be there in June, so yeah,
Rob,
I'll definitely be that happen.
Speaking of World Cup, man, shout out to my boy Messi.
And Rob, if you want to get into baseball, you need to watch the World Baseball Classic that starts in March.
Dustin, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm more into golf than I am into baseball.
You will not say that after you watch the World Baseball Classic.
I'll give it a try just for you, bro.
It is the World Cup of baseball.
Oh, you would do it for him, but nobody else. Oh,
Jay,
son of a bitch.
Jay, I watched the World Series for you.
Okay, well, then that's fine.
I just want to say one thing real quick, and then we can go on to whatever you got planned, Chris. Lionel Messi winning the World Cup does not make him the GOAT.
He's not anywhere close to the GOAT.
He was already the GOAT prior to this. Let me say it one more time because I don't want anyone misunderstanding what I'm saying. Winning the World Cup does not make Messi the GOAT. He's been the GOAT prior, and this is just another little bit, the icing on the cake to the phenomenal career that is Lionel Messi. That's his middle name.
Did you guys talk about?
I just got to ask a question. And again, this comes from a guy. I don't watch enough soccer. That's why I'm asking you guys. I know you guys are like all into that soccer. I know Ronaldo. Obviously, you know he got the big
man.
But like, how far behind Messi is he for getting to that type of title?
Well, Ronaldo actually has more goals than Messi
because of the injuries.
Yeah.
But
Ronaldo,
that's the only reason.
If you
put Messi and Ronaldo on the same field at the same time, Ronaldo does not bring what Messi brings in terms of intangibles and on the field.
Ronaldo is a scoring first type of player versus Messi is a do everything type of player.
Yes.
Ronaldo, if you're looking based off of just statistics alone, Ronaldo would be the GOAT. Just because he's done the most in terms of scoring wise. But if you're looking at a player and just everything they bring to the table, Messi's the GOAT because he brings so much more to the table than just scoring.
Easily. And in my opinion, to answer your question, Jay, respectfully, because when people say they think I hate Ronaldo, I like Ronaldo. But in my opinion, Ronaldo has never been close to Messi. Ever. The only reason people wanted to put Ronaldo in that conversation, just to fact check me, what was it, 2016? I think it was a Euro League he won.
2017, 2018.
What did he win in 2016? He had one something in 2016, the rumbling started. Then 17 and 18, I think he went back-to-back, and then everyone wanted to put him on that pedestal.
2016, Ronaldo won the Champions League.
Yes, the Champions League thing.
That's with Real Madrid.
Yes.
And then 2018, they won the Euro.
Yes, thank you. So,
Pride, let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Again, so for somebody who doesn't know enough, I know about the game of soccer, but it doesn't follow this. But I know Pele, I know that name, I know Ronaldo, I know Messi, right? I know those three basic. Could you relate what each one of those guys would be in terms of baseball?
In baseball?
Pele would be Babe Ruth.
Yes.
Because he was
the original, the pioneer.
Yeah, he was the pioneer of soccer. So Pele would be Babe Ruth. Okay. Messi would be Hank Aaron, probably.
Oh shit!
And Ronaldo, you could probably say is like Albert Pujols.
Okay. That's how I relate to it. Now I get where they fit in.
You're basically looking at Ronaldo, who's an offensive threat. Sure, no problem. But then you're looking at a guy like Messi, who's a 5-tool player.
Okay, that helps. Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that definitely helps.
It's like looking at Luka and Giannis.
Yes, exactly. Yes, it's like Ronaldo is Luka. Offensively, he is a threat, and no one will ever take that from him. And y'all know how much I hate Giannis. Y'all know the hatred I have for him. But everything Giannis
but you can't deny what Giannis is.
Yes, you can deny what Giannis is. Giannis is a 6'11", freakishly athletic forward that drives to the basket.
And plays.
I'm going to put it to you this way. Close your eyes, Jay. Imagine Giannis shooting the ball like Curry.
Oh, damn.
That's Messi.
Yeah, that's
Hey, God,
hey, that's a pretty damn
bless you
scary
with
image.
everything now.
That's a
Giannis is
scary
like
image.
Curry, it'll be cheating. It'll be borderline cheating, dude.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
You could even say like having a guy like Giannis shoot like the Joker.
Oh my God! Imagine Jokic with Giannis's body. Oh my God, bruh.
And mentality, because Joker gets everybody involved.
Yo, my man,
that game, Jesus, he put up.
And he don't have right. Didn't he put up historic numbers? Didn't he have like a 40-point triple?
That was he put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers.
It was like 40, 27 rebounds.
Yeah, he put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers.
Oh y'all don't understand how mad that got me. That got me so mad. I'm like, yo, go socialize.
Go touch grass. Go get some.
Yeah, I was like, go touch grass, yo. Like, go outside, socialize, bro. Go walk the dog.
What are you talking about? He did socialize with the 14 assists he dished out.
Hey, let me ask you this. Hey, is Joker lining himself up to be the NBA MVP again with all those kinds of performances? Because that would be 3 in a row, right? So
I got to see
himself up to be the MVP, but I still think it's Lucas to lose.
Because here's my thing, Jay. You got to remember, there's a lot of politicking when it comes.
I figured that much.
The MVP.
That's the reason why Steph Curry was the only unanimous. Like, come on. And we honestly think there's been years where everybody in the league should have been like, Mike's the MVP. It should have been years in the league where everybody was like, LeBron's the MVP. Mm-hmm. Like it's real. It's real life politics.
Yep. And the thing that this is why I don't give Jokic any chance. Who was the last person to win 3 MVPs in a row?
LeBron, wasn't it? Now, did he ever win in a row?
No, he won back to back in Miami, I think.
So it would have had to been who? Mike? MJ?
The only person I can think of who had a legitimate chance was Mike.
Yeah.
But even that, I don't even know if he did it. The likelihood of you going back.
I don't even think he won MVP the year he won Defensive Player of the Year. Like,
no, LeBron.
No, I'm talking about Mike. LeBron ain't never won.
No, he did.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Michael Jordan didn't even win 3.
You might want to put in Lou Alcindor.
So
if you don't know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, put in Lou Alcindor.
So hold on, Jay. Question. When did he win it? When he was Kareem with the Lakers, or when he was Lou Alcindor with the Bucks?
Right, I'm very disappointed in you.
He did it. He did it. He did 2 streaks back-to-back NBA MVP award. I am reading this off, so don't think I'm this smart. I'm not this smart.
No, I feel you.
Hey, I'm pulling a stat guy right now.
Friday, disappointed in you that you did not.
No, he did it with the Bucks and he did it with the Lakers.
So he did it twice.
Yeah, he did it twice.
I mean, think about it. It was done twice by the same dude. And we're talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who, and I will say it to my dying breath, dude, disagree with me, we can fight, is a top 3 player all time.
Yeah.
When we're talking about a league right now where, let's be honest, you could put Jason Tatum in that conversation. You could even put Jaylen Brown in that conversation, truthfully. Donovan Mitchell's in that conversation. Giannis is in that conversation. I think Embiid is still in that conversation. Luka's in that conversation. John Morant's going to be in that conversation. So as long as nothing catastrophic happens, the likelihood of him going 3 in a row, I don't think it happens. That's just
Zion's going to be in that conversation too.
And next year he's going to be in that conversation. But Dustin, what were you saying?
But I wonder if he did get the 3rd one in a row. How impressive would that be? I mean, like you said, mentioning all the names you just mentioned. I mean, that'd have to be pretty damn freaking impressive, especially with the game is played today, and it's an international player on top of that.
Real quick,
it means nothing without a ring, sir.
Hold on, real quick.
No, I know. Hey, listen, I get it, brother. I'm right there with you.
Means nothing
because Dustin was saying something earlier. Dustin, what were you saying?
I'm very disappointed that you did not know who the last person to win 3 MVPs in a row was.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't think it was ever done. I'll be 100% honest with you.
Larry Bird, 84, 85, and 86.
Oh damn! Well, but the
legendary Larry Legend,
and he didn't watch any kind of.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't even win 3 MVPs in a row.
Hey, you know what? I was very proud of myself.
Bill Russell, Larry Bird, and Wilt Chamberlain are the only 3 players to win 3 consecutive MVP awards.
I mean, and my point still remains: top 10 players.
Hey, I was very proud of myself the other day somebody made a statement when they were like, I think he said Steph is the best point guard he's ever seen. I'm like, yeah, not yet. I'm like, he still got a lot to prove to be better than Magic. And I'm like, I know you young. I didn't watch Magic play live. But I'm like, you got to go back and watch Magic. And he did. And he came to me and he was like, you're right. I felt very proud of myself because it's like we can't get lost in the like what Magic and Larry did back in the day was just legendary, dude.
I got it 100%
legendary, dude. Like Magic, I'm looking at some of the plays. It's like, how the hell did you see he was right there? How did you know he was gonna be right there? Like Magic did things with the ball that humans shouldn't be able to do.
You're not wrong.
That's true, though.
Magic was something different, man.
It was built different.
He was the original 6'9" point guard.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, it seems like as evolution or years go by, it just seems like these players get more and more freakish in their abilities.
It's because they drinking milk.
Yeah,
these kids different. Dude, you ain't see the video going viral of the 12-year-old football who got a stronger go-to?
Ain't no 12. Get out of here. That's a grown man. That's a grown man.
That boy 12 years old.
Rob, you believe that?
The only reason I do because I've met kids personally like that. Like you be at the court, like this kid got to be 18. He be like, yeah, I'm 14. Like, wait, what?
AP says who's the best ball handler, Magic or Kobe? Neither, to be honest. I mean, Kobe's dribble was average.
Be between Kyrie, AI.
Nah. AI need to get out of that conversation.
AI was different.
Yeah, okay. He had one cute crossover. Now go see what Kyrie and Steph do.
Man, AI used to. I remember he crossed over a dude, made him fall twice, like in the same play.
I watched Kyrie. I've watched Kyrie make a dude fall and then let him get up to make him fall again and hit a three.
Yeah, well, no, don't get me wrong. I'm saying AI deserves to be in the conversation. I think Kyrie's the best ball handler of all time.
No, he doesn't deserve to be in the conversation.
AI does deserve to be in the conversation.
No, not when the two guys that we're talking about, Steph and Kyrie, are just light years ahead of him.
Well, they just dribble better. You know who else needs to be in that conversation? My boy Jamal Crazy.
I put Jamal Crawford on there over AI.
Hey, Jamal Crawford still got moves that people do to this day. Jamal Crawford was the originator of the throw between your legs quickly behind your back. That was the originator of that.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a handful of guys I'll go before I even think about AI.
I'll put AI in there because I done seen AI do some amazing stuff, bro. I watched AI. Yes.
My man, bro, Steph and Kyrie make him look like Bob Cousy. Dribble with one hand in a circle. Get him out of here.
Hey, it just times are different, man. The way that these kids dribble now, you look at Ball is Life. If you watching that on Instagram, on YouTube, you got kids right now that's 9 years old that got the ball on the string.
Santa, what are you doing?
Yeah, bro, they do all that dribbling just to go to community college. Disrespectfully. I don't care.
Did you say community college? Ain't nothing wrong with JUCO.
But they got a basketball program and you're here sweating your dribbles.
Oh Lord, Jesus! I'm
gonna get so much hate for that.
Pray for pride. That's a new hashtag.
They gonna be like,
that's definitely a new hashtag.
They gonna be so mad at me. You're gonna be like, man, pride. I bet you never played basketball. Man, meanwhile, you playing with these balls. Get out of here, bro. I don't care.
That's why we missed you, Pride.
Yeah, my toxic ways.
What a time to be alive. We're talking about Pride's balls.
My minuscule balls.
Gonzo, man, what's up, man? My boy Gonzo.
Hey, Gonzo, you didn't know that, but Gonzo was writing a term paper over there the whole time. You didn't see him over there mad writing?
Before we sign off, Gonzo, the best quarterback in the history of Colts, Matt Ryan, is being benched for not Sam Ehlinger, Nick Foles.
Nate! Welcome back, Saint Nick.
Talk to me. How you feeling?
I don't understand. I think it's retarded. I don't understand why. For one, you should have benched Matt earlier in the year. First time you benched him, you should have stayed on the damn bench.
They never should have brought Matt Ryan in.
And then yeah, that's true too. But then you bring him back, and then now you're going to go to Nick Foles. What's that do for the Colts? Why not put Ellinger in and see what the fuck if he can play or not? It makes no sense at all.
I think the Colts
no, it's okay. When you describe the Colts, it's okay to say the word fuck. Just let it out.
You, Jay.
It's gonna make you feel better, Chris. Just let it out, man. You gotta let it out.
But what's the let out Foles at this point in the season? I mean,
because I think they already saw what they have in Ellinger.
In 2 games, one game against the Patriots.
I don't think they're going to keep Matt Ryan after this year, even though he's got 1 more year left in the contract.
I can't imagine why they would. They didn't keep Carson Wentz. I mean, why were they going to keep Matt Ryan?
At this point, maybe they want to see what Nick Foles has, and maybe if he plays,
know what Nick Foles has. There's a lot of game film on him. Go watch.
If the Colts start the season, if the Colts start next season with Nick Foles as their fucking starting quarterback, I probably won't be a Colts fan no fucking more.
Gonzo said, I'm moving. I'm not staying here no more.
I mean, Gonzo, would you put it past the Colts for how they've handled things the last 2 years?
Nope.
Oh, no, I wouldn't put it past them.
Exactly.
Oh, Saint Nick. They say, what do you want for Christmas, Gonzo? Everybody said, oh,
I want Nick Foles' magic back. That's what I want, Santa Claus.
and Anthony, no, we don't want Wentz back either.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I'm telling you, there's only one quarterback that I could see going to the Colts if they don't draft a quarterback at this point. That's Jimmy G.
What about Baker?
Oh,
no, I don't think Baker leaves LA.
Come on, Rob, don't do that to me.
I don't think Baker Mayfield leaves LA, and if he does leave LA, I think he goes to Arizona.
Pride left?
Hey, you know what, Chris? I can't say nothing. The Bears found a quarterback, but they don't have nothing else. It's like you got a quarterback.
They haven't found a quarterback yet, Rob. What are you talking about? They found a running back who sometimes throws the football.
Man, I'm not saying that. Justin Fields is a hell of a quarterback.
He has more. He almost has as many rushing yards as he has passing yards.
He has nobody to pass it to.
Hey, I'm telling you, man.
He got nobody to pass it to. He's running
that hybrid QB2 with RB1 legs is amazing.
He's running for his life out there.
He's hurt in 5 or 6 years, and then he's going to be done because he runs too much. He's going to be an RG. He's going to be an RG3 version 2. A guy that runs way too much.
He wants to throw the ball. He has nobody to throw it to, and not to mention, he has no offensive line protection.
Rob, that is not entirely true because who leads the NFL in passes off target?
Who, Justin Fields?
Yes, 39% of his passes are off target. That's not a good.
Trash.
What?
Let me measure his talent when he got some talent.
It doesn't matter though. If you're throwing the ball and 40% of your passes are off target, you can't really say that.
You don't.
When he does,
wait a minute now. I will tell you, Baker went into LA on 48 hours notice, and what talent did he really have? Skronik. Yeah. The guy that sounds like Scrotum. You got Skronik.
Yeah.
And then you got what's the other guy you got?
First of all, the Bears have won.
What you got? Some maybe a little Tyler Higbee.
What happened to Baker last week?
Well, he still played good. He didn't play bad.
No, he didn't play good. He didn't play good.
Hey, for a second time out, he was fine.
Yeah.
Y'all give Baker great. Baker is boo-boo.
You're a boo-boo. But you're my boo-boo. But you're my boo-boo.
And in football, the receiver don't get open, you throw him open. He throwing them open, they're not even getting separation. Who you got? Moody. Who you got? Saint. I don't even know. I just know it's a Saint.
You got Moody. You got Saint Brown.
You have Darnell Mooney, who's
a number 3 receiver at best.
He's a number 2 receiver.
He's a number 3.
Well, maybe if he had a number 1 quarterback instead of a number 1 running back, he could probably do something. So why don't you get a quarterback that could throw the damn ball first, and then we'll talk about who's good and who's not good.
Hey, why don't I get an offensive? Why don't I get an offensive line that allows him to throw the quarterback instead of him running for his life?
Hey, look, that sounds like a lot of personal problems.
Where's the Bears' offensive line?
I can't hear everything, Rob. Shit.
Hey, honestly, I don't think Dak Prescott is that much better than Justin Fields.
Oh, hot take.
Rob, where's the Bears' offensive line?
No.
I don't know.
Hey, listen, all I know is a D stands for douchebag. And yeah, Chris, I love you, man, but you got to get the fuck out.
The Bears' offensive line is rated in the top 10. Believe it or not, they have a top 10 offensive line.
Hey, I'm just going by. I agree with you. Hey, that's where I say all the time. You can't go by stats. What do you see? What do you see, stat guy?
What do I see?
You can't always go by numbers. What I saw this year, I've seen Justin Fields in fear for his life.
No, he leaves the pocket too soon.
I would too, because the pocket is collapsing.
Hey, let me tell you something, mister. When you're getting paid the kind of money they get, you hold your ass there and you take it like a man.
Yeah, okay.
God, I hate sissies and sissy sports.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not
standing in no pocket behind no Chicago Bears offensive line.
The amount of shit that people say about Kirk Cousins, one thing you can say about that human being is he is one tough son of a bitch.
Oh, he's
the amount of shots that he takes.
It's true. No, it's true. I think if Justin Fields gets a pimple on the left side of his cheek, it throws off all his equilibrium. And
are you serious, Jay? After all the hits this man done took and got up and kept going, you gonna question his toughness?
I'm sorry, man. Hey, listen. I plead the fifth. I don't know what I'm saying. I've got a quarter beam running through my blood. I've only got like 20% actual blood in my body right now, so just leave it alone.
Fields has been destroyed this year. I don't even think he's recovered fully from the hit he took last preseason from the Buffalo Bills when he got blindsided. I mean, that dude gets destroyed.
Anthony Price has a good one. So you're saying the Bears have a top 10 offensive line because Fields runs in 2 seconds?
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you can't look at stats.
You
gotta look at your eyeball test. That man
offensive line, because a lot of the sacks that Justin Fields takes is his fault for leaving the pocket.
It is true though, man. You can't protect somebody when they leave the pocket.
You go back and watch some of them highlights, dude. He called hikes. The moment he go into his 3-step drawback, the pocket is collapsing. It has collapsed.
And what he
takes off and runs because he has to.
No, he doesn't.
I watched the Bears game. He has to run.
I have to write about him, Rob.
Wait a minute now. Hey, it used to be that the average quarterback would have.
That's how they used to kill Jay Cutler.
Hey, hold on.
Jay Cutler ain't that fast.
Got the ball out of his hands. Now, how long do you want Justin Fields to hold on to the damn ball? For 2 hours? I mean, what are we talking about?
Dude, the pocket collapse.
4 seconds isn't well. 4 seconds can be wild.
I would say now I will give stat guy this. Maybe 3 games until like where we're at now, they started getting better. But if you look at the beginning of the year, if you look at the beginning of the season, bro, the Bears' offensive line was trash, dude. He was getting killed out there. I don't think Justin Fields even wanted that in his. He just started running like that. Like, okay, let me put on some Justin Fields magic because I got to make some shit happen out there because ain't nothing happening out there. I'm not going to let people sit up there and kill Justin Fields. Justin Fields is a dog. And for what he had to endure on this Chicago Bears team, hell, I'm surprised he ain't screaming for a trade right now.
The thing is, though, Rob, it may not look like it. NFL average is 2.8 to 3.2 seconds for a quarterback to throw the pass when they take the snap.
Yeah, 3 seconds. Everybody knows that. You got
a 3-second window. 2.8 seconds to throw the ball when he takes the snap.
I get that, but how can a quarterback throw in 2.8 seconds when your damn receivers can't get no separation? You tell me how to perform that magic trick. Because right now, Tom Brady is having problems.
I'll tell you how you fix it. I'll tell you, how you fix it.
Quarterback
you know how you fix it.
Receivers cannot get separation. Cannot get
he's so mad right now. He's hot.
Dude, I'm pissed. I'm not gonna let y'all sit up there and talk about Justin Fields like that.
God, he is so pissed. You got this man pissed, man. Bro. God, look, I think somebody needs some therapy.
Kirk Cousins average has 1.9 seconds to get rid of the football, which is 31 out of 32 in the NFL.
Kirk Cousins also has the best damn receiver in football
on
his
team. Less than 2 seconds. You can't get.
So what are we saying? Are we saying that Chicago needs faster receivers
on his team?
So So does he need faster receivers? Is that what he needs?
Yes, you need receivers. In order for you to get rid of the ball quickly, you need receivers that can get separation quickly. What did Tom Brady make his money off of? People like Randy Moss, people like Julian Edelman, people like Wes Welker, people that can get that separation.
So let me ask you this: why are they not running more 2 tight end sets to help alleviate some of the edge rushing, or why are they not keeping running back or even incorporating a fullback to hopefully take up some of the blocking there too?
Jay, our tight who are you gonna rely on? Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet has actually been a top 5 tight end this year up until the last.
Because the tight end has disappeared in the NFL this year. That's why you can be top 5 when you compare yourself against other trash.
What you said about Randy Moss though, Jay, makes absolutely no sense. Randy Moss never ever got separation off the line of scrimmage. You could have 3 guys on him, just like Justin Jefferson, throw the ball into triple coverage, and Randy Moss was going to come down with it because he could out-jump and out-muscle everybody. That's why Kirk Cousins is having success despite only having 1.9 seconds to throw, because he knows if he throws the ball up in Justin Jefferson's area, 9 out of 10 times the guy's going to come down with it.
Well, Dustin, that's what I'm saying. You just proved my point. He has the best receiver in football. I can get rid of the ball in 1.9 seconds. If all I got to do is throw the ball up there, my receiver's going to make me look good. Who does Justin Fields have like that on his team? Yeah, I don't worry. I'll wait.
It's called checkdowns. You
don't even have receivers to check down to.
He's got Cole Kmet. He's got David Montgomery. All he's got to do is take little 4 or 5 yard checkdowns.
Didn't it take Cole Kmet 6 games in the season to get a touchdown?
Okay, and what's your point? Justin Jefferson had. But
this is the guy you saying is a top 5 tight end.
It doesn't matter.
Your case is over with, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here.
NFL in receiving yards, but he only has 7 receiving touchdowns.
You just proved my point. You was like, oh, Kirk Cousins holds the ball 1.9 seconds. And then you turn around and say, yeah, that's because like Brady did with Randy Moss, he just has to throw the ball up there. Again, case proven.
Fields does too.
Justin Fields has nobody. Who you gonna throw the ball up there to Moody and say go for it?
Real quick. Hey, can I say one thing? I finally figured something out. Hold on now. Hold on. He wants to know what site does Stat Guy get his stuff from. Let me tell you something. Stat Guy don't put his face on there because he got like 9 different damn screens all pulled up with 1,000 stats, and all he gotta do is say a name and it just takes him right there. Trust me.
I'm not gonna never get that. Stat Guy like 10 screens. You don't get a name like Stat Guy without knowing those stats now.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying the man got like 10 screens. Ain't nobody got a brain like that, okay? He ain't no freaking savant. He ain't no like freaking like Mensa master. Okay, the dude's got like 10 damn screens. Let's just call it for what it is.
No. He does his homework.
I'm just converting him in.
No. Stat Guy does his homework.
I get my stats a different way than a lot of people get their stats.
I bet you do.
I do.
I bet you do.
When I watch a football game, it takes me 10 hours to watch a football game because I will literally stop it after every single play, analyze what just happened in that play, and pick out things that certain people may not pick out. And I take
time for sex.
And I take notes of what is happening, and then I store that and I memorize it.
I'm sorry. If I'm doing 10 hours of anything, it's going to be sex or something.
Well, I tell you this. You didn't do that for no Bears game if you thought they had the top 5 offensive line in the league.
They do. They're ranked. They have the number 1 offensive line when it comes to rushing the football. Hence is why they have the most rushing yards in the NFL. Their pass protection is number 15 in the NFL. You have the number 1 rushing offensive line, the number 15 pass blocking offensive line. You average that together, they come out to be the 10th best offensive line in the NFL.
They got the number 1 rushing line because Justin Fields makes magic happen.
And because
that's why.
And because Khalil Herbert was averaging 5 yards a carry.
And he made magic. They weren't blocking nothing. He was bouncing off tackles. That's what was happening.
I'm just saying the Bears offensive line knows how to block for the run.
No, they're boo-boo. I'm sorry, Stagger. I agree with you on a lot of stuff, but no, this offensive line ain't it, bro. It ain't it. You ask anybody in Chicago that will really watch Chicago football, everybody will tell you that ain't it. Their offensive line is trash. Me and Chris argued about at one point in time who had the worst offensive line, us or the Colts. It's bad, Dustin. It's bad, bro.
Neither one of you have the worst.
Well, that just tells you right there who the number one pick should be for the Bears. They need to be drafting nothing but offensive linemen to get an offensive line right.
They need that and receivers.
No, the Bears need the draft.
Yeah, but I would probably start with your offensive line first.
Dude.
I'll start with your offensive line, and then
who do they go get? They go get my man from Pittsburgh. Like that was gonna make it any better. I'm like, oh my God.
The Bears don't need to draft a receiver. They need to spend their money on a receiver. The Bears need to draft Will Anderson with the second pick to shore up that defense, and then they need to come around and draft offensive line. The Bears have all that money in free agency. They need skill possession players.
Now we talking that they need to go get some actual players. I agree with you on that one.
If Will Anderson is sitting there at number 2, most people feel he is the best and most complete player in the draft. The Bears need to take him at number 2. They need to put him on that defense to be like a Khalil Mack, to be like a
Brian Urlacher,
to be like a
don't say Khalil Mack, because we all know Khalil Mack experiment in Chicago didn't go very well.
It went good the first year.
His first 2 years, he had 30.
Yeah, it went good the first couple of years.
Hey, what do you want? Do you want just 1 year? You don't need Khalil Mack. You need something better.
I'm just saying they need Will Anderson.
You need more than 1 year, Rob. You got to look. You need at least 3 years to get your team back right.
No, we need the defense to become the monsters of the Midway again.
Yeah, but you can't be the monsters of Midway if you ain't got no offensive line to get the planes up off the ground.
Now, I'm telling you, hey, that old line is trash, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I think, and I get it. That guy makes a good point because I think there will be offensive linemen, good quality offensive linemen down later in the draft. So if they have more draft picks, they could probably pick up an offensive lineman at that level. So that guy probably is right that you probably should go for the best available, which would be Will Anderson. So I think you get a draft off, but I think after Will Anderson, you really got to start looking at that offensive line, right?
Oh, for sure. I know. I watch the Bears play every game.
They don't have no top 10 offensive line.
And if they do, numbers can be very deceiving in this case.
Hell yeah, they can.
Jay, they have Mike's face.
Jay shaved. Shit, what the hell?
Oh man, listen, I haven't looked this good in a hot minute. From now on, fuck video. I'm gonna keep Mike Hughes' face up there. Yeah. Damn. I look like I got that good hydrated skin.
Yo, else got issues, man. But now it's been fun, man. I miss being on the show with you guys.
Yeah, it has been fun. We had like full house, and everybody just kind of disappeared one by one.
I'm the last of the Mohicans.
But no, let's get.
Hey, I'm still here, but I got my food's burning, Rob. It's hard to be a single person.
What the hell?
His food is burning. Apparently.
Oh man, my shit was burning. I had to go take that shit out. I'm hungry.
I looked at Mel and I said, "You gotta feed me." Don't feel bad. While y'all was talking baseball, I had a nice little bowl of cereal.
I know you did. I heard you crunching them in the background. You were crunching so loud you broke
that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Somebody else was crunching on some chips.
Hey, don't we know? Don't we know?
All you heard was keyboards and chip crunching.
Man, hey. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, wait, are you out there in Chicago? Are you still out there in Chicago right now? Or are you gallivanting?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm back home now.
Oh, you back home? I know your ass was there in Atlanta for a hot minute.
You guys hey Rob, you guys are supposed to be getting a bunch of snow here this weekend, aren't you?
Tomorrow.
We're supposed to be getting a bunch. We're supposed to get quite a bit here as well and get real cold.
Yeah, it's supposed to get
in sunny Georgia, we ain't getting shit.
Hey, let me tell you what y'all did get. I think I bought our weather out there, dude. It was cold as shit in Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not like a pussy like you guys, man. Hey, listen, I used to shovel snow in shorts. I told guys this a million times, man. I don't know what y'all complaining about, man. I don't know why y'all complaining.
I wasn't complaining because I left there and came back to 16-degree weather. But I I wasn't complaining.
I was gonna say it's supposed to be like 1 degree tomorrow.
Yeah, it's supposed to get cold.
Man,
yeah, my wife she just went shopping, got a couple groceries because it's supposed to be a bad snowstorm. So
yeah.
Hey Rob, back in the day, I remember one time the army sent me to Poland, man, freaking Poland.
Did you take
dead ass winter? Hey, watch, yeah, I know, you know what I'm talking about. hey, watch this, Rob. They gave me a little 2-man tent. Me and my buddy, a 2-man tent. Well, we each had our own tent. Don't get it twisted. But we each had our own little, tent, and we put our little tents out. And man, I'm telling you, man, hey, the worst snowstorm I ever seen in my life come through. And I kid you not, I was freezing my ass off. And I opened up I do the little zipper thing. And as soon as I did the little zipper thing, a whole crap ton of snow just came right in my face. And I said, yep, welcome to Poland, Jay. Welcome to Poland. What a freaking time to be alive.
I'm telling you.
All right, let's get the final thoughts. It's 20 after. I gotta get ready for another show.
Right. Look, Chris, the working man, Chris, always doing some shows, baby.
I'm trying.
I ain't mad at you, man. Look, well, my final thought is I don't know if we're gonna have a show tomorrow. Hopefully we do. I'll hop back on. But if not, happy holidays, gentlemen.
What's tomorrow? Thursday?
Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. Christmas is Saturday.
Yeah, we'll be. I'll be on tomorrow.
Okay. Well, let me get these out. Happy holidays, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure to get to know y'all and call y'all my brothers, man. So,
amen, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Just a post of appreciation.
And then start of the new year, we need to get together with you about the wrestling show.
Hey, me and Frankie were just talking. Frankie is online. Frankie wants to do a wrestling show, man. We and him got to talking earlier, and we're like, okay, we both love the sport of professional wrestling.
Are you talking about Frankie Cruz Jr.?
Yeah.
Well, you tell Frankie Cruz Jr. before he does that to bring his ass back to unscripted too, okay? Because he might not remember where his roots are.
I'm pretty sure somewhere he's heard you. He's gonna talk some shit about it.
Yeah, hey, I'm just saying. Sometimes you gotta remind a person where their roots are, man, because they be gallivanting, and you be like, "Hey, yo, bro, what's up? I thought we were good. What happened? I thought we were family. I mean, you call me uncle to your children. I call your children my nieces. What happened?"
Jay said Frankie ain't doing no wrestling shows until he
come back to
he got to come back to unscripted and put some time in on unscripted first. Hey, listen, you want to go do wrestling shows? I don't care. Hey, do as many wrestling shows as you want, but you better give me my 1 hour.
You doing unscripted to what's today? Wednesday?
Yeah. So, that'll be my final thoughts. As well as yours. First of all, man, love you, Rob. You are my brother, and that's why you're my Ebony and the Ivories and all that in between. Yes, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Please be safe. If you gotta go somewhere, take the freaking train. Let somebody else be the driver, and you just sit back on some whiskey and keep warm.
Oh yeah, my wife is my designated driver.
Hey, yes, that's mine too, or blue, whichever one I can finagle first. No. Hey, let me tell you something, man. Jay, listen. There's a Walmart. There's a Walmart, I kid you not, maybe half a block from the house. And there's a little trail that goes to the little forest line from the apartment that, I can walk to when I get, if I had a little bit to drink where I don't have to do nothing, but I'm hungry as shit. And what I do is I can't see at night very well because my night vision sucks. And it had been raining. So what I do is I strap a leash on the Blue and I tell a little light onto his tail. And I just follow that little light right behind Blue because Blue ain't got to go through the water. He ain't that stupid. He's smart. And wherever that little light goes, Jason goes right behind him.
Lead the way, Blue.
Oh, shit.
Hey, when you got a dog like Blue, hey, he ain't going to fail you, man. Hey, that's my boy. My boy from another mother.
My boy, Blue.
You trust I put enough rope? Enough rope.
Blue, do you think I'm giving you enough rope to make this fall successfully? Yes, I do. And then the big flat black dude. Listen, what it goes to the manhole. Damn. Sucks to be him. But hey, real though. We are going to do a show Thursday night, 7:00 our normal time, and then we're going to take the weekend off. We'll be back Tuesday, so we'll have this Thursday 7 p.m. and then next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to take the weekend off for Christmas.
Beautiful.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to be doing shows. Well, I probably won't do nothing on Christmas Eve because other than that, but I'll do show. I'm going to do shows Thursday and Friday, like normal. Do the afternoon show Thursday and Friday. Do the Easy Money show. Got Gonzo and the judge.
Yeah, I'll be on. I should be able to do the 1 o'clock show on Thursday. I don't see anything. Friday, I got my VA appointment, but definitely Thursday. I'll probably do the afternoon show Thursday. So just do the double
trying
Henny.
to stay busy, man. Keep pushing.
Hey, you got to stay busy. We'll keep this young.
if you say so. My body's hurting, man.
Hey, I'm a felt 31. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, man, the only 31 I remember was a waistline. I was back in college. So, well, no, I was in the Army. When I was in the Army, I had a good 31-inch waistline. Then when I got out of the Army, man, it just, I don't know, something went left, something went right. I
could wear a 31.
Gonzo, you could probably wear a 29.
Probably, but that's not the point.
Man, I can't even get one thigh into a 29. I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, my God, man. But it's been love, though, y'all.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. Merry Christmas to you guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to the people. And if you're Pride, go fuck yourself. Fuck.
Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. Now
I'm kidding. Look, one thing I know about Pride and one thing I know about Frankie, when you say go fuck yourself, that's like saying hello and I love you.
It is.
Just saying.
See how me and Pride greet each other with Connecticut sucks.
Hey, man. Oh, snapperoo, man. Ain't that the truth? Jesus. Yeah, man. Hey, we all express love differently.
But no, we appreciate you guys joining today. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern with another episode of the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. Hope everybody has a great Christmas. If don't talk to you before then, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.
We gone.
Go Pearland!